Welcome to Dave's Drama Diner, episode 37. I'm your host and patron, Devious Dave Rose. And as always, let's start off our show by showing our gratitude and appreciation for all those who have chosen to spend their time with us here today. And in fact, it is a little late meal, but it's also quite fashionable to eat at this time. So, we have It's the Costanza, the lovely Ms. Cora, E-Rock, who I do not recognize, Jacob R.P. I'm obviously reserving my enthusiasm. The man who wields the mighty shiny wrench, Chad. Geddy Lee's Owl Nose, and that's very insulting for Canadians and anyone who understands actual good music, so your insults won't be taken lightly. Bry Guy is in the chat, as is Inspector Todd. We've also got Arknolia Strokelbean, and I'm sure many more will filter in. But oh, look at that, already 4 thumbs down. Whatever will I do? I think I should quit YouTube. I'm going to quit YouTube, and I'm going to go away. Because clearly I just can't cut it. Oh, there's Ghost of Tommy's Barber. I would have messaged you, but I saw you offline, so I didn't bother. E-Rock, no more police reports as of yet. But yeah, that's something we're gonna get into. 23 viewers right now. Ooh. Wonder how many are fake, as the legend goes. But we've got a few things, because I heard only a bit of this, and we got to go into it. We just got to go right on into it, okay? And you've got the menu there in the description. So let's not waste any time. Fact is, this happened this morning. I woke up very tired and was not paying attention to what was going on. So, people told me about this, and I only caught on to the last stuff, although I already got a vibe, and you'll understand what I'm saying once I start to play this, but I already got a vibe that there was something going on here. So let's just go right to the point. This morning on Wire's stream, on the Wire program, he made a show called Morning Mixture, and again, cops visit Bullfrog twice and community concerns live. Now, Bullfrog's been on the call for quite some time. This is about 1 hour and 1 minute in and 34 seconds. But here's what's happened, is Jake Barrz has chosen to call in. And shout out to Bam there in the chat. But, yeah, Jake Barrz chose to call in and speak his mind. Well, that's good. Awesome. Great. But then he started to throw out some things that were... I would have taken you for much more intelligent than that to spout your mouth out that way, Jake. And I never had a problem with you. You, however, were Hive. So you were made for fucking trolling and shit. So, the fact is that you have an issue and sort of, misconstrue or just don't seem to interpret properly what occurred. But the allegations are what's concerning. Shout out to Jay Diz in the chat. And yes, I am trying to be sounding like a certain Bostonian, trying to be down with the blacks and sound like they're with it, whatever it is. But, I got to play that game, got to chase that clout, that racial clout, Continuing, let's just jump right on into this, okay? This is 1 hour, 1 minute, and 34 seconds into Wire's stream this morning. Jake is about to speak.
Well, a lot of people, just let shit slide, and that really goes to show a lot about this community. And it's quite pathetic how a lot of people pretend like they want to be here and pretend like they care about people, but no one ever speaks up. So I guess I'm gonna have to be the one that does it this morning. And
A paragon! A paragon, my friends, to justice in the community.
for all this shit to happen, and with the way that Dave Rose and Tiff have been acting recently, that's pretty suspect and pretty sketchy.
Really? So my unrelenting nature of going on anybody, reviewing things, unrelenting, methodical, long-winded, whatever you want to call it. That, because after all, Dave Rose is well known for being up at 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff, right? Absolutely, right? Not really. No, he's a grumpy old man who needs his sleep, and you fucking throw off his fucking sleeping pattern, and he's fucked for the next couple of days. And then he gets even crankier. So nobody likes that. But to say that, that's concerning because, again, I thought we were on good terms. I thought that you would have seen from what I've been doing over all this time, which has been really service to others. Again, it's not just me who's had to deal with some of these people. It's others. But some of them don't have the time, don't have the knowledge, don't have the willingness to do what I've done. Confront it and fight it. And they confide in me, and they can confide in me because I will stand in front of them and defend them. There is no, it's not about loyalty and stuff there. It's about doing the right thing. So if it must be done, it must be done. This is, I guess, perhaps, again, maybe I'm not stuck in the 1950s, but I'm stuck in the 1150s, where chivalry actually mattered, where, loyalty, duty mattered. But hey, I'm a square. But let's continue. I said, let's continue.
All the wink winks, all the, it's coming, just hang in there, just wait, it's going to get exciting, all that.
That you're referring now, I guess, to what Tiffany said, because you're going to talk about this now, but you include me initially on that whole thing. Now, I was not aware of that, to be quite honest. Well, it could be circumstantial. Let's be honest. It could be circumstantial. I can't really judge on this thing because I wasn't really even paying attention to this stuff. Being asleep and, well, okay. These comments, I don't know where he's mentioning these comments about Tiffany. But again, this whole thing where this guy got the cops called on him at 2 a.m. or whatever. I was fast asleep.
Shit, bro. I mean, if you guys don't realize how sketchy you look, then you obviously think you're untouchable.
Okay, now this is a problem here. Think you're untouchable. Now you're really starting to misconstrue things. This is important. Untouchable. Hold on a second. If I've done nothing wrong, then what are you fucking talking about? I don't understand. If I'm rightfully criticizing, or maybe in your view, wrongfully criticizing somebody, but I'm not doing anything illegal, nor am I doing anything wrong morally, I guess, if you want to put it into those terms, then where is the problem here? But you're trying to immediately associate certain comments or certain associations, guilt by association, for an indictment of guilt. And obviously because I know you're smart, it doesn't work that way. You're also, again, I can't, first of all, you should not have associated me with what Tiffany does or didn't do. I don't know about that. But again, what are you alluding to some sort of like combined conspiracy here between me and Tiff to take down Bullfrog? I would rather you be honest about this than fucking me having to try to figure out what the fuck you're saying with this. But this is obvious guilt by association. I don't know what fucking Tiff has been saying or fucking doing and stuff. And in the end, though, it's like you say, oh, well, you think you're untouchable. Well, first of all, I've done nothing wrong. So obviously you can't touch me because I've done nothing wrong. That's the most insulting thing, I think, is that, oh, you think you're untouchable. Okay, do you want to get past the whole fucking emperor fucking persona that I love to pursue and fucking show and laugh at on fucking internet? Dave Rose, okay? You really want to fucking think that that's me? When apparently, okay, that's a funny thing though. You know what's funny, people? You know what's funny? Shout out to the 48 people watching right now. Trolls, very active. Oh, we got equal 14 ups and downs, votes on the video. So I might as well just quit the, making the video. But no, it's just funny at the fact that. Actually, I don't even remember what the fuck I was going on. Let me just. Yes, I've had a few drinks because I am preparing for tonight. Remember Friday Night Fire? We will decide the champion of the Foulmouth Network title. Really want to fucking think that that's me? So it's not me. When apparently, okay, that's a fun. Trolls, very active people. Oh, we got equal 14. Dave Rose, okay? You really want to fucking think that that's me? Dave Rose. And touch me because. Oh, the whole untouchable thing. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's just, I find it insulting that it's like, oh, you think you're sort. Well, okay, look, I understand that I do portray characters on the internet that are arrogant, but also the fact is, when you know me in real life, you also know that I'm very knowledgeable and proud and capable of what I do. Many people, weak people, construe that as arrogant. That's the thing though, with the whole wrestling persona, it's always going to 11. You're just dialing it up to 11. I know my skills, I know my value. Know your value and then charge tax. That's the best fucking adage. Now, I know my value, so if I come off as arrogant because this current society is a bunch of weak-ass fucking pussies, is that supposed to be my fault? No, absolutely not. I'm not going to take responsibility for people or, just societal norms that only are current now and weren't, current for the last 20,000 years. We got to be honest here. The shit that's going down today never really happened, to this extreme in the past. Unless maybe if you go to Weimar Republic in Germany right after the First World War. But even still, the degeneracy that we see today in this world, I don't think it's ever been fucking seen. Even Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, I don't think that it was even that bad there. But let's... let me just read this message here. Actually, this is a great point. I was going to mention this later, but this is what they said. Just a thought. If you were going to call anyone, you would have called his brother Jason, not the police. You've said it on air, you'd call Jason. Exactly. Because there's no point in calling the police, and more importantly, it's dangerous. Okay? You've seen this so many times before. We discussed this the other day. Where somebody ends up getting swatted and the police do a no-knock fucking breakdown of the door and they get just shot down and shit. And it's just fucking horrible. It should never have fucking happened. And it was because of some bitch on the internet that didn't like their shit pushed in. So, and that's the thing though. It was never about getting this guy off the internet. That's what he tries to fucking push. Or fucking bullying or harassing him. And this is where the weak-minded now start to play. Those that are very susceptible to overlooking the actions of others. It's like these people who say, oh, just release the racist. In fact, I'll let him stay in my house. And then they end up raping them and killing them. So it's this very misplaced desire for altruism that leads to sympathy for those that basically bring this stuff on themselves. Does it justify it? No. But the guy that puts his hands in the fire, regardless of how many times you try to pull him out of it, is responsible for burning his own hand. It's not the people who are not even deciding to get involved and say, sorry, kid, you don't want to do that. While they drink their beer. No, kid, you don't want to put your hand in the fire. Oh, well, I warned you. It's not their fault. This is something that really, and this is why my motto for 2021, and I believe I started this actually even in 2020, was no more stupid. No more stupid 2021. Because it's about time for people to just stop with this bullshit. Stop with trying to defend the indefensible. Like, what do you think you are? Like, you get some sort of brownie points for defending somebody who may or may not have mental issues, or at least just act so stupidly that they get themselves into certain positions? This is insanity. We're in clown world.
I mean, I'm not sitting here accusing anybody of anything, but I'm just...
You basically did just that there, Jake. You basically did just that. You were saying it was very suspect. Well, you didn't really go into more details other than like, oh, these winky things, and I can't even fucking connect the dots here on this one.
Just saying, if somebody's fucking with Bullfrog, you might want to tone it down on the pretending like you're doing shit to Bullfrog.
Oh, so you're basically saying is that, but that's the thing though, would that not be what a guilty party does? It's like, oh shit, now the fuzz is on. Let's tone it down so that the police just won't catch up on me and stuff. I'm Mr. Consistent. I know what I'm doing. And I know what I'm doing is not illegal. This is like, dude, you're really going for the fucking American team mental gymnastics Olympic medal here, Jake. Because, wow, man, like you're really justifying the injustifiable. But you're tacitly sort of imposing guilt on me and Tiff. Now, again, what Tiff said was what Tiff said. I would love if I could get some more examples. Somebody point out something, give me a screenshot, show it, say, this is where my belief comes from that you are involved in whatever. That would be greater than just, oh, well, like these, it's just like it's suspect. Okay. Okay, so if we go through, let's walk through it. As Dave Rose likes to walk you through the Garden of Eden, let's walk through the argument itself. Okay, let's go with that. So, what if Dave Rose is correct, though? You can't acknowledge that? I'm trying to stay focused here. There's also a very crazy sounding squirrel outside right now. I guess it's trying to scare off its potential rivals, but sorry to get distracted. Who else is telling me something here? This is an interesting theory. People say that my conspiracy theories are crazy, but this is, I think, even crazier. Has anyone considered Tony and Sean plan to call the cops on Bullfrog to rile him up and then do a skit about it, or lead up for his fake cop call to his house? Also a setup to blame you. To be honest, I don't believe that whatsoever. I really don't believe that. I really do believe that there are malicious people that did that. And I said it this morning. That's why I called in later in this stream. But because I definitely don't condone doing that. And as Cora did say, I wanted to speak to his brother, because the whole point is, okay, this guy's going to keep fucking sexually harassing me and other people. And those people are begging me to help them out. Okay, am I supposed to ignore that? You fuckers. These people come to me. They don't know the law like I do. Oh, well, Dave knows you're trying to act smart. Okay, fine. I try to act smart. These people still come to me and ask for help. Like, plead for it. What am I supposed to do? Ignore them? You fucking pieces of shit are the biggest hypocrites out there. And it's fucking hilarious. Unfucking real. But let's continue.
Okay, look, this is what happened last night. Good morning, Jake Barrz.
Good morning, Bullfrog.
It's actually Bullfrog.
That's how you say good morning,
Exactly.
YR.
Yeah, YR, we say hello, we say good morning, how are you doing? And then we get into the conversation.
Yes. Okay, this is what happened last night. I was doing this. Sean wanted me to go live. He wanted me to get things off my chest from what happened on Dave Rose's show earlier, because apparently Sean watched Dave Rose's drama diary.
He did? Ooh. I'm getting more views. Also, I'm actually, what am I at right now? 725 subscribers. It's crazy.
Yesterday. And apparently Sean was...
Once I get those 1,000 views or 1,000 subscribers, I can finally do Tim Hortons question Q&As in my vehicle. So yeah, looking forward to that.
And Sean wanted me to get some things off my chest, and so
something I wanted to mention as well, which I don't believe I properly conveyed when I did call in later, is that Sean had already 2 instances where there was a suspicious event involving potentially the police. So we have that one video, which he ended abruptly saying, well, first of all, he was already sort of, giving a visual, not an audible, but a visual, but he was, sort of grabbing at his headset to take it off. And then he's like, wait, huh? What? Well, hold on, guys. Takes it off, and then, like, he looks like all weirded out and stuff, and then he just ends up killing the stream. And then there was this supposed call of the police. That's the thing, though. That supposed call of the police, it came right after Bullfrog and his sort of interaction. So I'm kind of thinking, because I believe this is the one where, Bullfrog supposedly calls the cops on me, and based at that, like after that, he goes on to Sean's View show. But I'm guessing he may have talked to him, behind the scenes, and told him this is what happened. And Sean said, hey, let's try to play that up and show that I'm also getting affected by that. And that's happening to me too. It's clearly a coordinated attack and stuff. So to me, look, there's no such thing as coincidence. I don't really give a fuck what anyone says about that. That's just fact. And there's just something that smells to high heaven when it comes to this. Now, it could be denied, but obviously people are already trying to play, Sean, because they've got nowhere else to go. Their playground's been shut down. Oh. And, they're obviously seeking more, any other grounds. They're clearly not more fertile. But regardless, it's evident and it's so clear. But let's continue. Shout out to Casey's Raw there in the chat. And to anyone else who I am missing. Oh, hold on. What did I just see? It's that keyword. I don't know how with cows. But let's continue.
Okay, and I was about, long story short, I'm about ready to go to sleep. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm about ready to go to sleep, and I hear, of course, you guys heard on the show there, knock, knock, knock at the door at my local police department at my door at 2:30 in the freaking morning.
All right,
You heard
so
on the
listen,
video.
let me say something real quick, and I don't care who gets mad, but the fact is,
that there's half a brain.
Covering your ass there, eh, Wyatt?
There's fucking 45,000 half a brain fucking people in this community. So when there's, how do I craft this in a way? It isn't necessary. It's not.
Yes, see, that's why I always recommend people just rather than get into this position, just take a moment to think about what you're gonna say and then say it. Then you won't sound this desperate to try to figure out what you want to say.
Not like, I'm not blaming anyone, Bullfrog, that did shows on you for doing this at
Smart words.
all. But it's someone who's maybe taking some of this stuff the wrong way in their half brain head and trying to take actions.
You guys should have. I mean, YR talks about it later, but I mean, I've seen the screenshots as well, and many other people talked about this. Is that the people? So, there was a particular YouTube account that recorded the entire event and posted it on their own channel, but well, there are previous associations before they deleted those videos are quite clear. So they're sloppy and they leave a trail, but it's not like we can't follow it. But it's just I'm not going to reveal that stuff right now. The entire team, Drama Force is working on this new show coming next month, and basically that was a good one, Dave. Well, thank you, Dave. But things are popping.
Their own hands trying to be the hero or something. Because someone in their right mind would not be doing this.
And see, what I think is what's going on. There's like, we found a new way to trigger Bullfrog.
You actually were called, I believe you were in earlier in the call, Bullfrog, which is why I didn't fucking cover it. But you came straight up and onto the show and were just cursing me out and saying all this sort of bullshit. So let's put things into perspective.
We'll just call it local police because that gets them fired and riled up. We think it's funny. We found a new way to.
Actually, well, to be honest, the thing that gets you most riled up is even suggesting to contact your family, because then, again, you acknowledge with your reaction that they would recognize your degeneracy as being something that's abhorrent and that they would probably have to take control of. Why even get the police involved, stupid?
Trigger Bullfrog. Like, that's what.
And that's the problem, is that when you involve the police, you don't know if it'll be a no-knock fucking, takedown. And, well, we've seen that basically every single one of those, or almost, has led to the death of the person they were supposed to take into custody. So, yeah, let's, try to avoid those sort of situations, people.
What they're doing. Like, we found a new way to trigger Bullfrog. We just call his local police department.
Well,
This is the biggest bullshit ever. Dude, Seaman, God bless his soul, may be blessed as he sails the seven seas, and Triton looks upon him in favor. That, God damn it, Dave. Well, the first drinks that I had tonight were Mott's Clamato. So they're vodka and, I guess I went a little too quick to my head, but I guess tonight's going to be fucking fun.
And
I'm certainly not going to get the cops called on me or threaten people in the middle of the street. So, Dave, he's definitely not a violent drunk.
Sean wanted me to get some things off my chest, and so okay, and I was about, long story short, I'm about ready to go to sleep. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm about ready to go to sleep, and I hear, of course, you guys heard on the show there, knock, knock, knock at the door. It's my local police department at my door at 2:30 in the freaking morning.
Man, but the fact is that there's half a brain. There's fucking 45,000 half a brain fucking people in this community. So when there's, how do I craft this in a way? It isn't necessary for doing this at all in their half brain head and trying to take actions in their own hands, trying to be the hero or something. You know, because someone in their right mind would not be doing this.
And see, what I think is what's going on. There's like, oh, we found a new way to trigger Bullfrog. We'll just call his local police
Yeah, I remember now.
because that gets them fired and riled up. We think it's funny. We found a new way to trigger Bullfrog. Like, that's what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
we found a new way to trigger Bullfrog. We just call his local police department.
Well, that's so fucked because I've been in this community since probably late 2016, really early. Yeah, it was mid 2016, late 2016 that I've been around, and nothing's ever gotten this bad. I mean, I know Jake DeMarco got swatted once, and I know maybe one or two other people have had something like that happen, but this isn't. This whole fucking address doxing thing, it's become fucking normalized, dude. And all these people who are in the chats that watch every fucking show that act like they love the community so much, no one ever does a fucking thing about it. No one ever says, oh no, that's wrong. Maybe, it's the fucking cheerleader effect. 2, 3, 4, 5 people say that they like what's going on, so everyone else feels like they gotta fit in and pretend like they like it too. It's retarded. I don't care if it's fucking Bullfrog. I don't care. Let me look at the chat. Just throw out some random names. I don't care if it's Ken. I don't care if it's J.R. Ford. I don't care if it's Ronald Booth. I don't care if it's Festlove. I don't care if it's Chad. No one should have cops sent to their house at 2:30 in the morning if there's not a fucking emergency.
Okay, that's the thing though. Nobody's ever argued that. At least I haven't. But first of all, you are trying to. There is a very sly attempt to sort of associate my criticism of Bullfrog, with these sorts of actions that have occurred. You're also trying to excuse Bullfrog for his actions by sort of making it sound like he is, incapable of accepting criticism.
They could be with family or whomever, and like, or they could be with friends, or they could just be by themselves, and not. They got cops showing at their house. I'm like, well, like, what the fuck are you? Cops are showing up at my house for?
Yeah,
Well, I'll be honest. I've already talked to the cops multiple times here. They know who I am, what I do, and they're well aware.
That's fucked up, Bullfrog. And if I'm you, I would have your brother probably take you down to the police station, and both of you guys probably talk to some sort of like somebody that's highly ranked at your local police station, like a sheriff or something, maybe,
or a detective. Like a detective.
No, I wouldn't say a detective. I would really just say a sheriff, and just kind of let them.
I do want to raise this point is the fact that Jake Barrz was one of several, including Old Man Davey and Simo, who took issue when in a group chat that had removed Scott from there and was having issues with him when I finally figured out where he lived the first time around, and I posted it there saying, well, if something happens to me, because this guy's threatening that something's going to happen to me real soon, well, at least you know where to start. Well, Jake was one of the people that said, I don't like that at all. No, I don't like that. That's inappropriate. Forget about the facts that he made to you. No, this is just YouTube or whatever. It's like, no, I don't want to allow for this. But, I mean, let's just be honest here. You can't overlook that.
No, hey, there are people online.
And there was nothing morally wrong because I didn't dox him. I never doxed Scott, ever. So to be associated with that, or to have your morals or your fucking sensitivities fucking, affected because, oh my God, I don't agree with that. Yeah, okay, he threatened you and your dad and, you're living in that. But yeah, you know what? That was inappropriate for you to basically show to all these different people how to make sure that they can protect themselves, knowing what this criminal, actual criminal, is. So no, the excuses that Jake Barrz has done, not just for Scott, but also for Bullfrog, they're inescapable in my opinion. It's just to me it's so evident that these things are inexcusable, and yet there are people like Jake, but others. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing. Jake isn't the first or only one who's saying these sorts of ridiculous things. There's a lot of others, I should say, and it blows my mind. It blows my mind because this is the fucking bigotry of lowered expectations. Like, I don't want to get into a philosophical talk because then we'll be going for hours.
Who have gotten my information, and chances are most of the time, if it's hard to say, it's hard to tell a police officer, hey, ignore any 911 calls to my house, because obviously if there's a fucking emergency, they're going to show up, and if there's not emergency and they shrug it off, then they're going to not have done their job.
From what the officer told me last night, what the call they got, the caller said they were concerned for my health, and they wanted somebody to go check on both or for me.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up because and I'm not gonna accuse anybody, but if
you are, and this is what you're gonna do. But let's continue.
Putting the pieces together, Tiff, when she was acting all fucking weird and sketchy the other day, her exact words in one of the chats were, maybe the trolls were just concerned for his health.
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't even notice that comment. So please continue to associate me as being a guilty party of something that I'm not even aware of.
So that's who I think's fucking with you. And if she wants to pull her half dick,
should we be forgetting about Awandi? I mean, Awandi's trolled him very hard, and we've seen this. Let's just be honest, Awandi. I know that you're probably watching or potentially will, but let's just be honest. You've done it hardcore. So are we going to ignore that? Or maybe many of the other people? Again, I don't believe you are aware of the channel that made the video of this interaction with the police, Jake. So you don't know the associations that they have. But if you get the screenshots, you'll see.
Out of her pocket and thinks she wants to fuck with Jake Barrz, she can bring the smoke this way too. Tiff, when she was acting all fucking weird and sketchy the other day, her exact words in one of the chats were, maybe the trolls were just concerned for his health. So that's who I think's fucking with you. And if she wants to pull her half dick out of her pocket and thinks she wants to fuck with Jake Barrz, she can bring the smoke this way too, because I don't have half a fucking brain.
Well, you can bring the smoke this way if you want. Skype lines are open.
Well, that's what the cops told me. That they said the caller said that they were concerned for my health, and that they were worried about
Well, let's just be honest here. You don't need to call the cops to tell Bullfrog that you're concerned for his health.
About Bullfrog, and I said, there's nothing wrong with my health. I was about.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. I've got to replay that again.
For my health, and that they were worried about, about Bullfrog. And I said, there's nothing wrong with my health. I was about ready to go to sleep.
Do believe.
That's fucked up, Bullfrog. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, bro, and I'm sorry that there's a lot of people in this community that just pretend like that's okay, because deep down in their hearts, everyone in this community knows that that's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, the first time, yes, I did call the police on Rose. That I admit to that, but this time, this wasn't me.
See this is still not clear to me. Oh, God damn it. I missed the call. Hold on. Skype is being so fucking stupid. Give me a second. Give me a second. Um, too much stuff. Too much stuff going on. There we go. I think we got you.
Hello.
Womanina. Oh, are you there? Are you there?
Dave, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Okay,
know what
I'm
the
sorry.
fuck's
I'm on
going
my
on.
Wi-Fi because my internet sucks. So I'm just tuning in right now, and are they saying that I called Bullfrog last night?
That is what Jake
Is that is
Barrz
that
has
is that
been
what I'm hearing right?
inferring. Is my Skype working?
Okay. Yeah, sort of.
Hold on.
Okay,
I think it
okay.
switched back to the back. Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Okay, you can probably hear me better now, right? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Well, you're cutting out a bit, but can you hear me better?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. It's just stupid webcam. Please go ahead.
It's my shitty. It's my Wi-Fi. Okay. Okay. So I'm tuning in, and I heard Vikings
No,
on the
not
stream.
Vikings. It was Jake. It was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But Vikings had it on his channel. I was asleep last night, and I heard it, and they were saying, I think Bullfrog was saying officer, someone who reported Bullfrog was named Daniel. Do I sound like a fucking Daniel? Because if the officer would have said it was some female, whatever, they would have said that. But I was asleep last night. I didn't even call nobody. So it sounds like Jake Barrz is just trying to start shit with me.
Well, he said that you could bring the smoke to him. I mean, fact is that these, again, in court, this would be circumstantial evidence at best from what he's referring to, because like this whole, like, what you said, I don't know exactly what you said. He's referring to what you said, I guess, in my chat, but there was no winking between me and you and like, oh, like, hey, a conspiracy.
No.
Like, I don't even know what the fuck he's referring to, and I want more fucking reference here so I understand what I'm being accused of.
He thinks I called Bullfrog because I already knew right away the neighbors are pissed off at him. I mean, he lives in an apartment. It's obvious neighbors hear what he's saying, and it's just predictable. I come from a family of police officers, and I knew exactly what was going to happen. And he thinks that I called him that night when it turns out it was Bullfrog that made the report on you or whatever. He's trying to start with me. He's like, Scott McKinnon trying to turn me against everybody, and Jake Barrz is trying to do the same thing. And I already proved Scott wrong, and I already proved Jake wrong a few days ago with Seaman. And Seaman, and I even told him, don't sweat it. I don't care. I don't take shit serious, but it's pretty obvious that's what happened to Bullfrog. They reported him. So it wasn't me, Jake. I'm sorry.
And even but he also associated me with you. He made it look like, well, it's suspect that these two are, talking about they're going to take him down, which I don't think there was any talk about that at all. We've never said we want him off the internet. And even when he was, crying and stuff, it's like, we don't want you off the internet. It's like, simply just lay off the fucking sexual harassment crap and stop fucking, doing this shit of like liking us one day and like 3 hours later you're on another show shitting on us. Like, but, like that apparently is, we're the bullies. And therefore we're guilty because we're winking at, like, again, winking at each other. Like, that's what he said. Winking at each other. And I'm assuming in the chats or something, emojis, whatever.
What's going on today, man? We gotta stop with so much shit. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And I'm going to keep examining it because I think it needs to be examined. I don't think I've ever, done anything wrong to Jake, but I feel that he's overreacted in multiple times where this becomes basically some sort of virtue signaling thing. Because again, with Scott, initially with the whole address, oh, I don't approve that. Well, I don't give a fuck what you approve. The fact is, he threatened me, and he threatened my, existence, which includes me having to take care of my dad. So, you want to fuck around? Well, okay.
They're upset because we want a location. They're upset. He's upset about that.
Say that again, because you're really cutting out here.
Okay, I'm sorry. So he's upset because we found out Scott's location.
Well, no. Well, that's no. This is actually way, way before that. This is okay. So back in the day when Scott started going after me, and then I finally got his, location. I shared it in a group chat that Simo, that Jake Barrz, and that Old Man Davey were part of, and all of them came out later, multiple times, explicitly saying that they had totally disagreed with that move, which wasn't doxing. But they didn't like the idea that I had done so. So they had come to, to defend the indefensible. And, now we've got this where Jake Barrz is sort of trying to defend Bullfrog, but he's also basically blanketing us as some sort of guilty party in some sort of conspiracy. And I think it's absolutely ludicrous. And that it needs to be addressed.
Mm-hmm. No, sorry, it wasn't me though. It wasn't. I know it wasn't Dave. You would do that. Yeah. So sorry, it wasn't us. I know for sure it wasn't us. And like I said, some
look, if
Bullfrog
Tiffany
said
can, if
there was
Tiffany
some guy
can,
named Daniel.
sorry.
No, Bullfrog said there was a guy named Daniel reported him.
That's
side chick.
That's what the Bullfrog asked the cop who reported me, and they responded with, "Oh, his name was Daniel." And that's also, I'm glad you bring that up, but it's very suspect because of the fact that who's a Daniel in this community that's well known? Oh, that's right, Daniel Cronin, aka Joe. Let's just associate with him then.
That's obvious.
It is so obvious. It's transparent.
Yeah.
But no, they're going to blame us, right?
Yeah. It will be guys, not Daniel. Hey. Us.
You really need to get a better cell phone signal because
I
know you live on a farm
Yeah.
and it's in the country and stuff, and that's awesome too. But
So-
I just want to let you know that you're coming in like a robot.
Sorry.
No,
Okay,
don't
I'll let you go,
apologize.
Dave.
Just fucking shame your fucking internet provider or whatever. That's the better thing to do.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay.
All right,
Bye.
thanks. Great insight from Tiff, and yes, well required, because yes, it wasn't just me who's doing a stream right now that was addressed in this manner, but it was also Tiff. So Tiff called in and was able to address these sorts of things, but we're not done just yet. Let's continue.
Called my local police last night.
Well, Ken in the chat's agreeing with.
Also, if Ken, speaking of Ken, actually, great segue there, Wire. If Ken, can adhere to our original contract, and every time that he violates this contract, I've been, making notes of it because there's going to be a massive lawsuit. But the fact is, the show is supposed to start at 9 o'clock, which is 2 hours. Actually, 1 hour and 59 minutes from now. Friday Night Fire. Be sure to check it out. But just be assured, Ken, that you're going to have to contact your union lawyers because, the number of violations you've committed in regards to late starts will be quite the hefty fine.
He's on the same page with us. That's good. Travis
Everyone
TLC.
in the chat is,
Nice.
because they're all logical human beings.
Logical human beings, but I'm not somebody that harasses me criminally and contacts me on a constant basis and tries to, I guess, well, it is harassment. It is criminal harassment. But it's beyond that, because I've experienced the sexual harassment that he's provided. Now, Jake Barrz is going to talk about this, and I can't wait to address it.
Like that, like, man, why is everybody, like, why are people fucking with Bullfrog? But like I said, everybody and their brother has.
Why is everyone fucking with Bullfrog? I believe the great Sir J. Diz said it quite correctly, is that community hoe goes everywhere. End quote. I don't know if it's exactly a quote, but I believe that he would adhere to that. That's just one opinion of many in regards to this. But it's not just that, is that he will go on a show. Like, he'll go on Joe's show. Love it up. It's great. And then disconnected, goes on to another show. Fuck Joe Cronin. Insert anybody else's name into those situations, and it's the exact same thing. And how often does it happen? Quite. The answer is quite often.
Has had all of Scott's information. He's this fucking evil guy.
Hold on. Let's rewind. Let me just let me check the chat out. Oh, we got Casey is around the chat. You know what, Casey? I'm going to do this for you. You have It's the Costanza. And yeah, It's the Costanza. You got to own up on this stuff. You got to take pride in it. This guy is so talented with the impressions. But dude, he does such a great impression of you, Casey. I've got to fucking play a few of these here. These are so fucking funny.
The next time the police come to his door, it's going to be about the sexual harassment. Oh no. Let's hope though. Fuck Bullfrog. Tonight is the championship, right? But Dave, if he wins tonight on Friday Night Fire, then he'll be a two-time champion. Because, well, it seems that Dave defeated Bullfrog last night and he didn't have to do anything.
Costanza's fucking so fucking funny. And it's just like, this guy does impressions of so many different people. And that's why I started to have to treat him like, Stepdaddy Dave. Is like, you gotta fucking start putting this stuff up, because he does an amazing mellow. He does fucking Bullfrog. He does fucking Casey is Raw. He's done oh my god, this guy's done other stuff that is just like, and I should have saved this shit, but the problem is that, like, now I've got to go through months of fucking shit, and this guy's constantly hounding me with all this stuff. But, like, just damn, this guy fucking has the greatest impressions. Ooh. Ni hao.
Ni hao. Can you hear me?
You're coming in, I guess, fairly okay. Let's see how this works.
Oh, okay, that's good. Real quick, Dave, I just want to make a few things clear. I don't think anybody would be surprised by the fact that I don't like Bullfrog. Never have, never will. I've made that very clear. But I've never condoned any of this doxing bullshit, and this police calling thing is way over the fucking line and ridiculous. And me, you, others have been trying our damnedest to get our good old friend Sean's View to use sub-only mode since Bullfrog first debuted on Sean's View, to try and nip this whole thing in the bud from the very start, because we saw exactly what was going to happen. You have a Wild West chat wide open with no mods and Bullfrog on the show. Who gets trolled the most? Bullfrog. We saw this coming a mile away, and we've been telling Sean's View for all these weeks to just use sub-only mode, because it works. Now, does it work 100%? No. but it does a lot of fucking damage to these people that try and do this shit. So we've been trying to do this for however many weeks Bullfrog has been over there. But since Sean's few won't fucking listen and refuses to use sub-only mode, what I have been doing, and now, again, I am someone that does not like Bullfrog. I don't listen to him. Anytime he's on a show, I turn it off. I don't like him. But for the first time ever, September 16th, I messaged Bullfrog on Skype to try and help him. And what have I been doing ever since? I have been sending him direct channel links to every single channel that has been doxing him in Sean's chat. And boy, is it a lot of them. I've been sending him direct channel links for that. Why am I doing that? So that if him or any of his family members decide to open up a police report or get an investigation into this, they'll have direct channel links to the ones that have been doing it, so that if the police request IPs from YouTube, they'll know exactly what channels to go to in order to find it. So this whole time, somebody who hates Bullfrog, me, I've been helping him, trying all I can do. All I can do is this, because Sean won't listen. He won't put sub-only mode on, which would stop this. So what's the only last thing I can do? Well, I can send Bullfrog every single channel that is doxing him. You know, so I've been trying to help him as best I can. And I don't even like the guy. I don't want him talking to me, but I've been trying to help him because I also don't think that he necessarily deserves any of the doxing and the this police stuff. I don't think he deserves any of that. Is he a creep, weirdo, fucking idiot, asshole? Yes. I don't like the way he treats people or interacts with people, but he doesn't deserve any of this. And that's why I stepped in and messaged the guy that I never wanted to fucking talk to and have tried to help him. I've given him every channel that has been doing this. And, you know, that's what I've been doing.
We've a lot of us have tried to do the exact same thing, and the resistance or the hate that we get, not just from Bullfrog but from others, is insanity. It's like, how dare you try to help him? How dare you try to do these things? It's just like, but what are you trying to do to help this guy out?
And when sub-only mode first came into existence, I'm the one that told Joe to use it. I'm the one that told you to use it. I'm the one that told Drew to use it. I'm the one that told Ken to use it.
Yes, you were quite the proponent.
Drew was hesitant to use it, just like Sean was, but I kept telling him, dude, you got to use this. This is going to work. This is going to stop them. He was hesitant. He was putting it for 5 minutes, you know, blah, blah, blah. He was still getting, you know, at the time, you know, it was Scott getting in there, but he was still getting that shit over and over. And then finally they started using it, you know, upping that duration. Ken uses it every single time. Joe uses it. Drew uses it every time. And look, they don't have to deal with this shit.
As soon as I fucking initiated it, because you were recommending it too, and I actually, for about a week or two, I didn't initiate it. And you're like, yo, you got to do this. And I was like, okay, fine, let's fucking finally do this shit, figure it out. And from that point on, gold. Fucking no having to deal with this. But hold on. Hey, answer me this, Travis, because you have Jacob RP in the chat saying, Travis, you don't treat people too fairly. I guess he meant fairly. He said fairy. Either. Oh, the hypocrisy. I guess he meant hypocrisy. Do you care to respond?
I would say just get a spell check and then come to me. I have no fucking clue. I have no idea what he's talking about.
No, you can definitely deride him as being a worthless mestizo. As somebody who is part of the Spanish caucus, Hispanic, if you will, I authorize you to have that leniency when it comes to ethnic slurs. So please, have fun.
I'm not going to talk about his ethnicity, but Jacob, if you have a problem, I have an open Skype. Don't talk shit to me on a YouTube chat when I'm on a phone and I can't see it.
Would you be willing to take his call?
I mean, he can just hit me up on Skype if he's got an issue.
Oh, look at that. This guy has no fucking fear. He's willing to fucking talk to this guy privately. Look at
Yeah,
that.
just
Are
come
you
to me
willing
there.
to take up that fucking offer, Jacob?
It's Travis TLC.
Shut
You'll
up,
find it, no
fucking
problem.
typo, you asshole. You're a fucking... Look, man, you can't even speak English proper. I've called you out so many times about competition, the word competition, and all these other words. You just don't understand English. I'm sorry. You got to accept your role as a inferior Latino compared to me. I'm sorry.
Anyways, I didn't call in to talk about Jacob again. If he has a
That's
problem, he
fine,
can
but
hit
I
me up
needed
on
to
the
bring
side.
that
I
up
don't.
because he addressed you in the chat, and it needed to be addressed.
Yeah, I
again,
don't care about
what did
him.
what did you ever do? What did you ever do to Jacob?
I have no idea.
Exactly. So that's my point.
I have no clue. But again, the only reason I brought this up is I don't want to hear people, at least in regards to me, saying that I'm not trying or we're not trying to do anything, or I'm the one that's, I feel like, people know me.
You called the cops on Bullfrog, man.
Yeah, people know me for being at the forefront of trying to expose these trolls, and I just shine light on their game, and that's why they hate me, and that's why they go at me for some fucking reason. That's all I've been doing, and I've been doing everything to all these people that do shows to try and help them to use sub-only mode, and it's worked perfectly. So I feel like I've done everything I can fucking do at this point. I've even tried helping Bullfrog, the one guy who I don't like whatsoever. I have tried helping him as well, and he has all those links. So if his family ever does have a police investigation, they'll have every single channel that has done it. So, and Bullfrog, you're welcome. That's what I've been doing. So this shit that's been happening to him, I don't agree with any of it. I think it sucks. It's bullshit. And I don't understand why people feel the need to go this far. I feel like it's people that potentially aren't in America that feel like they can just do it and get away with it because they're in a different country. I don't really know whether that's Canada or elsewhere, but it's pretty fucked up. And it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Indeed.
So that's my 2 cents. I just wanted to throw that out there, but I got to go. So have a good rest of the stream.
I appreciate it. Be sure to tune in tonight to Friday Night Fire.
Yep. Have a good one.
There goes Travis TLC. I'm literally dying here. Because of this particular weed that I'm smoking, which isn't my preference, but you gotta push with the cock you got. But I've learned my lesson. You'd rather hear me die live on air than mute myself for 3 minutes and lose precious information. So I'm holding on by a thread. So let's continue.
Man, why is everybody why are people fucking with Bullfrog? But like I said, everybody.
Let me pour a beer because it's clear in the fear. Maybe that'll stop my fucking coughing. All right. Coughing or coffin? Whoa. Did I just allude to something might happen to me if I don't fucking start breathing again? Oh, the deliciousness of language. But let's continue.
And their brother has had all their man. Why is everybody why are people fucking with Bullfrog? But like I said, everybody and their brother has had all of Scott's information.
This is now where he's alluding to what I did. Okay, not just the first time where I shared it in that group chat where there was, I believe, 20 different people, all of which who made that chat and joined that chat because they were against Scott. But no, Dave Rose pushed the line when he finally was able to identify where he was. Oh, no, that was the line. But let's be in a group chat to shit on Scott and all this other stuff Because that's fucking fine. But no, don't even share his address with us privately, because that's not doxing. But don't even think about doing that. That would be so inappropriate.
He's this fucking evil guy that's done this, that, and the other to everyone in the community, and everyone's had everything about him from.
This is where we really need to sort of really dig deep, do a little vivisection here. Before I continue, let's look at the chat. Apparently, a lot of people are hoping that I live. Some people are probably hoping I die. But hey, you know, it's all good. But yes, let's continue. There's a lot of good stuff in the chat, but we got stuff to cover. So
Is
Nice.
because they're all logical human beings. Like that, like, man. Why is everybody like? Why are people fucking with Bullfrog? But like,
again, great point. Because Bullfrog's been fucking with people. I've been showing these screenshots over and fucking over again. These people have shared them with me. They're desperate for fucking help. So why are people fucking with Bullfrog? Because he got to the point where he just fucked with too many different people. And I definitely didn't call the cops on him. But apparently he I don't know, he created a situation basically that either caused these trolls to call in, or somebody who actually was validly concerned about what he's been doing. And again, I don't condone swatting people or sending the police on them falsely, but again, this is the guy that keeps doubling down. So if he, and again, I don't mean to be sounding like him, but since he's the one who continues to double down and push himself on all these different shows, I mean, I don't have to be talking about him at all, but there's other people that are just fed up with them, and some people that are just so scummy that they're willing to do exactly that. So I'm not going to be associated with that. I'm certainly not going to be considered guilty because of some suspect messages. Subpoena my fucking phone company. Get them, get the records. You'll be easily able to prove that I have made no calls to anybody, or to Bullfrog, for example, to anybody in that. So I haven't called his brother. And I said this the other day when I made a stream. It's like they beat me to it. The trolls beat me to it. I haven't called his police because, again, what's the fucking point? The whole purpose was stop the sexual harassment. That was the one of the big things. And I made those two sort of agreements with Bullfrog, which he, again, reneged on literally a few hours later. But they weren't much to ask for.
like I said,
And anybody that wants to lower the bar of expectations to say, oh well, there's stupid people out here, so we gotta just lower the bar and let them pass. No, it doesn't work that way. You want a more fucked up society? Well, that's what you're going to get from this. But it's still not legal, not lawful, and it's certainly not morally acceptable.
that everybody and their brother has had all of Scott's information. He's this fucking evil guy that's done this, that, and the other to everyone in the community. And
He has done a lot.
everyone's had everything about him, from his fucking address to his goddamn middle name to his phone number. And
Yeah, you fuck around, you find out. Eventually, there are those that stand up for justice and do what's needed to ensure that certain individuals, regardless of their criminality, are relegated to obscurity and are held accountable for their actions. Is that so? I mean, do you really hate justice so much, Barrz?
nothing's ever happened to that guy.
No, nothing's ever happened to that guy. We've been enjoying a beautiful September. No interruptions, no fucking problems. I've been avoiding to say the name. And, you know, again, I got what I wanted. I wanted to be left alone. So nothing happened. Have you not been watching all the content that I've been doing for the last 2 months? I know it's a lot, okay? But have you not been watching that? Because if you really want to be honest, you know that yes, something has happened to that. You can't. I'm gonna have to rewind this. I want to hear this again. But the fact is, you can't just dismiss this. You just can't ignore it. Look, regardless of how much you like or hate me, I'm definitively one of the most responsible parties for accomplishing this.
Frog, but like I said, everybody and their brother has had all of Scott's information. He's this fucking evil guy that's done this, that, and
Actually, Scott fucked around with me. He fucked around with many people. He fucked around with me, and I was the first person to fucking say, fuck it. All right, you want to play? Let's dance. And I'm the one who was able to get that information. Okay? This is what's so funny. This is what's so funny. That people just easily dismiss Dave Rose. Oh, he just sounds like a nerd. He doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. Oh, he's just a fucking idiot. Really? And yet, this is years after the stuff of what I've been able to do, what I've been able to prove. And it's just like, have you not been paying attention here? Like, what else do I have to do to prove that I'm going to respond in kind? And in fact, I'm going to respond to win. What the, like, why is this so fucking difficult for everyone to understand? I don't fucking get it.
has had all of Scott's information. He's this fucking evil guy that's done this, that, and the other to everyone in the community, and everyone's had everything about him, from his fucking address to his goddamn middle name to his phone number, and nothing's ever happened to that guy.
Yeah.
But Bullfrog just fucking sitting in his chair watching wrestling.
Again, let's remind everyone that Scott had the police check on him, and I'm only saying his name because this is being addressed, because normally, and I'm being respectful, I'm not using the slave name. He had the police go to him at least twice at his last residence. So, what do you mean nothing happened? What do you mean these outbursts that caused his entire hometown to know what he was doing didn't happen, didn't have an effect? His family berating him, like with messages and emails and shit about how he has to stop and shit, about how his sister comes onto my fucking, not my show, but on a conversation with me and Tiff to sort of discuss things and stuff, how she's in the chats with YR and with me and other people, sending me messages privately on Instagram and stuff in regards to this. How can you fucking ignore that?
Eating pizza and breathing heavy, and he gets the cops called on him.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to ignore that it happened to Ken. I believe Ken was talking about this earlier, or at least was in the chat and mentioned that. And I didn't mean to rhyme. But that happened to Ken, and that happened to Jake. I believe there was other people that were mentioned. But the fact is, it's happened to multiple other people in the past. You're just going to overlook this, Jake?
I don't
Very selective of you.
get the double standard here.
Don't talk to me about double standards, asshole. Don't talk to me about double standards.
It's all right, Bullfrog. I don't think this will happen to you ever again. And if it does, chances are the person who's calling is going to get their number traced. And
like I told YR, the cops are going to get to a point where they're going to get annoyed with it. They're going to be like, "Oh, we're going to this guy's house again." Like they're going to.
Sorry, let me stop for a second here. We only have 27 thumbs up and 22 thumbs down. So I'm going to hopefully work hard on getting those thumbs down, substantial. But the fact is, what responsibility, what authority, what is it about you thinking that I should be excusing the actions of somebody who is legally responsible for what they do? What you think it's okay to have? I mean, this is probably a liberal mindset, or at least a socialist liberal type mindset. It's like, oh, we can have pets. They can be black, they can be retarded, they can be disabled, but there are pets, and there definitely are virtue signaling tools. So, oh, look at that! I'm defending Bullfrog. Oh, that's great. Look at me. I'm a stalwart of fucking integrity. No, you're not. You're a fucking sellout. I'm not. It's pathetic. It's pathetic that people are willing to acquiesce to conformity. And I'm sorry, but, look around you. You live in clown world. This is how we got there. Your fucking mentality.
I get annoyed with it. Like, they're probably going to say, unless you're dying or being shot, they're probably not going to come out no more unless I'm dying or being killed or something. They're just going to get annoyed with it. Because cops got better things to do than worry about crackheads, murders, like real shit.
That's fucking crazy, bro. I just can't believe that.
Well, here we can review it here if you want to hear some of it.
I personally don't really want to review it at the moment. It's not really how I want to spend my morning.
I don't care.
Well, just so you know that it really happened.
Just coming in to defend the indefensible, huh?
Happened.
I mean, before you play it, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not accusing Tiff of.
Yes, I stopped at the right point. I'm going to have to rewind a bit. But the thing is, though, this is like a criminal sort of admitting their guilt. You can't... Dude, this is such a tell. This is such a tell. Sorry. And I'm sure, God bless, C-Man, rest in peace. If he was around, he would confirm this. Travis might be able to confirm this. This is a tell. You're fucking revealing this shit.
Gonna say this, I'm not accusing Tiff of sending police to Bullfrog's house, but I am saying with her sketchy behavior. Let me finish, Bullfrog. I am saying with her fucking sketchy behavior and everything that's been happening to, it might be wise to dial it back a little bit, because with all the comments that she had posted the other day, and I mean Tab even made a video of all the comments.
Okay, so hold on. Now but that's the thing, though. You were initially associating me and Tiff, and now it's just Tiff. And Nikki Nines, I'll be addressing your comments very shortly.
If anybody from this community looks at those comments and then sees what happens to Bullfrog, their mind immediately goes to that's the person that did it. And I'm not accusing, but I'm definitely saying chances are.
You're alluding, you're insinuating. Come on. Stop. This is in court. You'd be barred from saying this. This is an attempt to try to lead.
You're suspect number one in a lot of people's minds with the way that you've been acting. So.
And that's the thing, though. Okay, let's walk it through. Okay, her comments. Were there any of mine? Did I do anything? Again, you alluded to this whole winky wink, thing. I need to see something to prove this, but my incredulity, I think, is sort of indicative of the fact that I'm just unaware of what exactly it is that you're trying to point to, at least with my supposed guilt. Or is it just because of association that I'm guilty? I'm still trying to figure this out, but let's continue.
So. You can go ahead and do whatever you guys are wanting to play or whatever.
That went across my mind because she actually trolled me. What was it, a couple weeks ago, and I had to block her because she was trolling me on my Skype, and I told her to leave me alone, and I had to block her.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm sorry that you got to deal with that.
You had to block her, but that's hilarious because you've said that you do the same thing to other people, but you end up trying to harass them on their shows. But you know what? Let's go back to the chat here. And Nicky Nines, because no God is infallible, says, I will never agree with the Bullfrog stuff. I love Dave, he is my brother, but the stuff on Bullfrog is over the top, and I think needs to stop because perpetuates the situation. Then he goes on to say, I don't agree with Bullfrog calling the cops on Dave. Cops, of course, not a fan of the streams either, but this isn't a secret. Well, sorry, Nikki, but the fact is that I'm not... okay, that's the thing, though. 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, situations like this of somebody who was incapable of handling social interaction would have them relegated to a certain institute, a certain school. They'd be sequestered from the general public. This is, I mean, it's either that, Nikki, or go straight eugenics and execute these kids as soon as they fucking are born, or show any of these sort of genetic deficiencies. Your choice. So that's the thing, though. The general public isn't bound nor required to have to deal with these people. Not at all. By the way, Skype lines are open, Nikki, if you want to debate this one-on-one. But fact is that there is no imposition upon the majority, especially in a society like America where individual rights trump all others. So there's no imposition upon the individual to have to acquiesce to literally what one might consider or define as a retard. And again, I still require the papers. The papers, as to see the papers. But the fact is that Bullfrog is accountable for his actions. And until he can actually prove otherwise, legally, he's still responsible. Let me go back to the chat here. A lot of action and satisfaction going on. Yeah, I need to see some therapy because of this whole exposure to Sean's view, this whole repetition and rhyming is very concerning. Nicky Knight says, we're not on those times. Sec, let me smoke some weed first. Had a headache for the last 2 days. We'll call in. Okay. So we'll have the Nine Gods himself to try to rebuke the Emperor and see. We'll see what occurs from that. But I fully disagree, and I disagree with anyone who thinks that I should disengage from Bullfrog because it is he who is the problem. Again, this whole acquiescence to, oh, well, he's special. Let's just pat him on his head and tell him it's okay. Have you never heard of retards? Yeah, retards. Who have raped people? Yeah. Are you going to fucking just say, oh, well, you're retarded, so I'll pat you on the head and say it's okay? Okay? No. No. Look, either Bullfrog is a 42-year-old man who can do whatever he wants, or he's retarded, I need to see the papers, and he shouldn't be on the internet. And his brother's responsible, or whoever, he's got a caretaker that has to fucking ensure that he doesn't get into these problems. So I'm apparently the asshole for pointing this shit out. Apparently. right. Well, man faces God here. We have the 9 gods himself against the Emperor. Devious Davros.
All right. I got a headache. You're going to have to bear with me.
Right. Take your time.
So
Smoke your...
What's like... Yeah, I'm smoking
Smoke the
CBD
treat
to
of
help it out.
life.
But so you were trying to say with your argument there that 30, 40 years ago, but the problem with that is we don't live 34 years ago. Like 30 or 40 years ago, you could say the word fag and no one would give a shit. You could say the N-word. You could say retard, out in the open, no one's going to give a shit. And for better or worse, I'm not arguing that we shouldn't be in those times, or those times weren't better, but we do not live in those times any longer.
Why?
And,
why don't we live in those times?
Changed.
Because we don't allow it?
Changed.
Well, hold on. Hold on. If there's
mixture of
resistance to it, you have a lot of small towns that are very traditional. So my point is basically saying is that you only allow. Sorry, what happens is only what you allow. So if you allow things to just go, downhill, then of course it's going to get degenerate. But if you refuse to accept that shit, it doesn't happen.
So degenerate in like what sense? Because you were saying something about how 30, 40 years ago we would take somebody like this and segregate them, right?
Exactly. It's
okay,
degenerate. It's degenerate to allow them to go on to. Okay, so let's assume. Let's walk it through this way. If Bullfrog is this retarded person, mental health issues, whatever you want to call it, and his brother obviously is his legal caretaker. Well, his criminal actions basically fall on his brother. His brother needs to be aware of what his brother is doing, of what Bullfrog's doing, so that he can ensure that this guy is not getting himself into trouble.
Okay. I don't know the legality of that, so I can't argue that one way or another. Like if this falls upon his brother or not, because I don't know if
I've looked into
I don't know
this.
if he's. I don't know if he's like completely disabled. I'm saying I know you say you need his papers, dude, but I think anybody who looked at him says,
yeah, we don't know if he's fully disabled or if he's just fucking playing it off. But that's the thing. Until we know it, how can we fucking judge it? Like, let's be honest.
I think even last night with the cops calling, you heard him talking to the cops. The dude's completely in this weird fucking world where he thinks YouTube is the end all world, and no rational person, I think, thinks like that. I think he is, and that's my guy, and I could be wrong. You don't, but you don't have to.
I know, but like you're making that point, and I'm just saying that I just can't agree with that. I think that he actually knows what he's doing.
Okay, and maybe he does, but I don't personally know if he's responsible for his actions, and I'm not condoning what he does. Like nobody should sexually harass anybody, but I take it from the point of view of I've had him, say shit like to me, and I just block him because it's like you're go away, you're stupid, and it's kind of being turned into this thing. And this is my perception to be completely wrong, but if you're a guy and you're coming to Dave or going to anyone, you're crying about Bullfrog fucking saying shit to you, it's like, dude, just block him. Like you're a man. Act like fucking one. Like I get a woman come to you 100%. If Amanda Carmen came to you crying and said, Bullfrog sent me all these fucking pictures, sent me his dick shit like that, that is fucking disgusting and reprehensible. But I feel like sometimes, and maybe it's, we're not the same. We're not. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, and sorry to cut you off, but the evidence is overwhelming. Okay, so if it's on Skype, okay, let's walk it through, Mickey. Okay, on Skype. I want to get froggy. I like, hey, babe. Okay, fuck off. I'm blocking you. Boom. Then you appear in a Discord. Hey, I want to suck your cock. It's like, dude, just fucking leave me alone. Okay,
no,
so
I get that.
Twitter,
I get what you're saying.
Instagram.
He keeps coming at people at every angle. But
that's the thing. No, but hold on. That's the thing, though. Why are you excusing this? The fact
I'm not
is,
excusing it. I'm saying
but all these
that
people,
it's easy to deal with.
Dude,
it's easy to deal with.
No,
it's not Scott.
It's not appropriate. This is not. Look, we live in a clown world. Okay, we live in a clown world. So the fact is, retards are allowed to roam free in the fucking, insanity institute. It's just, this is like, and people are excusing this, but like, oh, let's just pat him on his head because, the feels. These people should not be exposed to the public, and we got to think about the legality. These people are, committing crimes, false. Again, you can't deny this, Nikki. False police claims against me. I broke this down the other day. false
well,
police
I
claims
didn't listen to all
against
that.
me?
And I said before, I didn't agree that he should have filed the police whatever he did against you. I don't get his purpose for doing that. You have not, to my knowledge, threatened him in any manner.
I haven't doxed him.
To
I
my
haven't done
knowledge, not
shit.
done. You know, but we're getting like fuck you. You shoot me up with all this. I'm not.
Yeah,
we're
but
not.
the truth.
We're going back to the first argument. Is I don't agree with that stuff, but I don't believe it should be blown out to more than what it is in my perception, because he's a 42-year-old toothless fucking retard. That's what Bullfrog is.
I'm sorry. He told me he's perfectly normal. Look, are you going to
but
insult?
if a kid tells you they're a dinosaur, are you going to believe them? I mean,
No,
yeah, I am going to
no.
insult them because there's something wrong with them.
No, I'm
Like, you
sorry.
don't
I
have
can't
to
accept
agree with
that.
it.
If you tell me you are
So,
something, I
okay.
take your word for it.
But you can't take everyone's word for everything, especially somebody who could be possibly mentally
I
disabled.
take their word for it and judge their actions afterwards. So the thing is, though, the fact is, he told us that he's normal. He's a 42-year-old man. He can do what he wants. And thus, he gets held accountable for those standards that he set himself.
Okay, but if he told you he was like a fucking multi-millionaire or some shit too, would you believe him? If he told you he's bad, he's
No,
stupid.
that has nothing.
He's
no,
not
no,
there.
no, that false analogy. You're talking about money when it compared to fucking morality. He's a 42-year-old man who can do what he wants.
I don't think I think in his mind he thinks he's normal. I think in his mind he thinks he's a grown, normal fucking person.
Okay, fine, but until I see the papers, I can't fucking prove it otherwise. So I have. What else am I gonna do? Fucking just say, oh well, you're ugly or stupid, so I'm gonna fucking judge you on it. No, I'm gonna fucking because look, man, there's so many, and this is the argument many people have used. Oh well, he sounds stupid, whatever. Shannon used this shit. You know how many people in this community attempt to sound, play off being stupid, and in fact are quite fucking astute and smart? They just know how to play people. You don't think for a second that Bullfrog isn't this type of guy? In fact, we know
because Bullfrog would be the greatest method actor in the world.
But the fact is that we know this not just from fucking other people, but from Bullfrog. So I just think that you're dismissing something that clearly is quite evident, that this guy is known to be manipulative, and he's I don't think he's as dumb as people think he is, but he's still going to be held accountable for it. And I just think it's just unbelievable that people think that it's abhorrent that I fucking hold him accountable for what he asked and demanded that I hold him accountable for. It's the same thing this is the same situation, sorry to keep going here, but the same situation with Tommy C, where Tommy N.C. told me, okay, I got autism. So what? Treat me like a normal person. Hold me accountable just like everyone else. Well, Tommy, I respect that. I know you're not a fucking idiot. Okay, I'll do that. What did fucking Tommy C and Dead On Dave say? No, you're going to treat him like a fucking retard. They didn't use those words, but they basically said, you're going to treat him like stupid, and you're going to fucking acquiesce to all these... But guys, he told me to treat him normal. No, you're not going to do that. And I said, fuck you. And they're like, oh, well, you're canceled. You're fired, blah, blah, blah. And that's where one of the fights came out. But look, you tell me that you're normal. You tell me these things. I'm going to hold you accountable for that. Like, I just think, like, for example,
I get what you're saying.
If I was to tell you, Nikki, to treat me like as a high genius, and I'm constantly putting my fingers into a fucking electrical socket and fucking electrocuting myself, jumping in front of fucking live traffic. Obviously, what I said about, I demand that you call me a genius, and then doing these things are so much in conflict that you have to fucking call it out.
Okay. So, but is Bullfrog all right? So Bullfrog and Tommy, they tell you to treat them normal, and they're normal people, and they want to be treated normal. But do they do the things that normal people do? Are there actions of that are normal?
Dude, person? I do stupid shit all the fucking time.
But nothing like that, Dave. You don't do this kind of shit. You don't sexually harass people. Like you might say things and
dude, cocaine's
like,
a hell of a
like
drug.
I'm moron, and I got two modes, more on and moron. Shit like that. But that's like a fucking like a momentary slip of the brain, which is it's funny. I'm saying for me with Bullfrog, I'm not excusing what he does, and that's like I think
Dude,
where
there's
we're
people
having a
with
failure
Down
in communication.
syndrome that fucking are so, effective at working in fast food joints that they, end up, staying on for 45 years and shit. Like, there's
Yeah, I
no
get
fucking
that,
excuse.
but no, but that's where, and maybe you're right. Okay, maybe you're right, but I'm saying from my point of view, this is what this guy is, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't be criticized for what he does, at all. But I think it's gotten to the point where it's too much. This is me thinking it's gotten too much.
Please define what you mean by too much.
Just like the streams on him like this, that I hate Bullfrog, but he's going to call constantly. Then you're going to let him on the call, and then you're going to rake him over the fucking
So
coal.
not anybody else,
everyone.
just me, or what?
No, not just you. I'm giving an example. Everyone who was on the call that one day that was just sitting there shitting
but they
on the
were
guy.
on the call. I did the stream though. Who else is doing streams on this?
But everyone.
Everyone.
You're the only one streaming on it. You're the only one streaming on it now. Like, no, I don't think anyone else is doing streams on Bullfrog.
So I'm the spearhead to.
Well, you are spearheading this one. You're a little bit. You're spearheading this one. But I'm saying the reason why this is because you have the people's ear in this community. And you do. People listen to you. If you don't think people listen to you, you're truly wrong. You don't see the numbers of people coming in here and listen to you, agree with you. You're well spoken. You're able to make a good methodical argument about things. And my belief or my worry with it is people see it and say, hey, you're right. Bullfrog's an asshole. Fuck him. I'm going to take the next step, because a lot of people in this community are kind of fucked up. Like normal people don't do some of the shit that people do in this community. And I honestly believe that a lot of this community, I still have the same view of it before I came into it. When Barrz told me about it, is a lot of people in this community are very fucking scummy. And I put a lot of that.
I've done is scummy?
I think some of the things you've done are a little scummy.
Okay, like what?
A little. Like, this all started. When was it when you originally did the first stream on Bullfrog? It was like a year ago, was it?
Probably.
Like you did one thing where you said
a while ago. Yeah, it was called. I can't remember. Some very.
Okay. So I didn't know this dude's name. I didn't know anything about him. And you had his name on there, that he worked at Amazon, all this shit. And I completely did not agree with it. I told you about that at the time.
Yep, you did.
Because it's like, it has nothing to do with this. Like, if you want to argue with this guy against the things he does in this community, go ahead. I am perfectly fine. If he says something fucking stupid in this community.
Can I interject just for a quick second?
Yeah.
Is that you say, okay, well, you can't sort of justify that. But that's the thing, though. When it comes to things like sexual harassment, and Jake Barrz, and I haven't reviewed that part of the clip yet, where he's like, oh, well, like, this isn't sexual harassment, or like, why are you doing this and stuff? It's just like, no, but that's the thing, though. Are you going to dismiss my opinions? And I'm not talking to you directly, Nikki, but are you going to dismiss my opinions and all the other people that came to me that his actions of sexual harassment weren't offensive, weren't fucking concerning, weren't fucking something that would make you sort of, I don't know, second guess whether or not you want to be part of this community? Like, yes, that's exactly what happened with many other people. And I love it. I love it. Because I'm the one who gets, and that's the thing, though. I got to the point where I said, you know what? It's just might as well become a professional pariah, because it's just beneficial this way. But the fact is, I'm more than willing to represent the views of other people. And that's the thing, though. I don't mention them, but they're the ones who come to me, give me the fucking evidence. And, okay, why is Dave so confident in what he speaks in? Well, A, because he understands the law, and B, because he can back it up. So that's the point I'm trying to make, is that, look, if you think that a Dave Rose is going to go on fucking stream and essentially ensure that he gets fucking legally destroyed, you're fucking dreaming. I don't fucking speak unless I know what I'm speaking about. And I'm done.
Okay. So, again, I'm not arguing the legal semantics of anything. Like, if people are coming to you and saying this guy's really threatening me and upsetting me, like, first of all, I think it's fucking hilarious, because if it's a fucking dude, it's like you're being you're being intimidated by Bullfrog. If the way you're saying it, like, they're coming to you like, Dave, help us. I don't know if that's to me, and it's like you're like what has he said? Is he sending people dick pics? Like, is that what's going on? Is he sending people fucking pictures of his fucking nuts?
He has sent photos, but we've got Bullfrog on the line here to answer any allegations. I will mute myself.
Yeah. Hello, Nikki. Good evening, Dave. I have been contacted by a police, and I've also been contacted by somebody in the community saying that they show me proof on who called my local police department on me last night. I have proof. I
hope they get charged. I hope they get charged for that bullshit.
You want to see the evidence?
You don't have to show it to us. I mean, if you want to send it to us, that's fine. But that's the thing, though, is that A, I wasn't responsible for that. B, I don't condone that or approve that. And C, the fact is, if you're going to do something illegal like that, then you, especially try to associate with somebody like me, you deserve fucking pain. So you know what? If your cops have fucking found out who it is, I hope they fucking get theirs.
I just sent it to the group chat and also to your private Skype. I sent it both. I don't know which one you wanted to check first.
Okay. So I've heard this before, and somebody was trying to say before it was Vikings fan because he put the video up right away. I don't know if it was Vikings fan or not. I know what I know with this is that the only reason I wouldn't think it was Vikings fan is because he records everything and puts it up. And if it is Vikings fan, then he could fuck right off, because hold on.
That information was sent to me by Joe Cronin, and he called me and said that it was Minnesota Vikings, and Joe Cronin's got more.
Your
proof.
message says, "I'm quitting YouTube altogether." Dave Rose is after me. He wants me off the internet, so he got his wish. Well, that's the thing, though. First of all, that's a lie. Second of all, that's two lies, because I never said I wanted you off the internet. But I don't know what to say about Vikings fan. I don't think he's that stupid, but if he is that stupid, that's really stupid, because that's criminal, basically.
Yeah, well, that proof was sent to me by Joe Cronin, and then Joe said he's got more proof.
Okay, well, I don't know if it's Vikings, this, that, and the other. That isn't my argument of any of this stuff. I don't blame Dave like Dave did any of this. Dave doesn't condone this stuff, obviously. I'm saying that, like, it needs to fucking chill, because it's never going to go anywhere. Like, Bullfrog's never going to change. Let's be honest, dude. He's done.
No, that's just not the case. That's the bigotry of lower expectations.
But you think he's going to change?
Nikki,
it's discipline.
Nikki, here's what's going on. Apparently, they found a new way to trigger me. And it's like, let's call the cops. And I mentioned this on my other show this morning. And they said, let's call the cops on Bullfrog. They found a new way to trigger me because they think it's funny. They want a reaction from me. They want to see me freaking out. They found a new way to trigger me. I call my local police department. So this is like a new gag for them. Like,
all right. So first of all,
this is like a new toy for them.
Dave, did you add him to punish me? Because
No, dude. I'm just.
Did I what?
Add Bullfrog to the call to punish me, because it's
No, he actually asked to call in. He basically asked that.
I asked to call in, Nikki. I don't know why you.
Hey, you're the benevolent God here. Show me your gratefulness.
I didn't say I want to talk to him.
You were defending him. I think you should deal with him too, because I certainly won't. and don't.
I dealt with him, but I dealt with him in the way that I wanted to accordingly, which was I blocked him.
Typical white
when he made
liberal,
new name,
fucking protecting
And I
your
don't-
pet from
and
a
I
fucking
don't
distance.
know why you're blocking me,
But-
Nick.
Because I
have
don't want to talk to you, and I'm not a typical white liberal. I voted PPC, so I'm definitely not a typical white liberal, and
Yeah,
that's
that was,
fucking
you
disingenuous for
threw
you to
away
call
your
me
Everybody's
that.
going to talk over me.
Bullfrog, because I don't want to, like, dude, I don't hate you, but I don't want to talk to you. I don't like you
Why?
as a person.
I
I
love
don't
that.
want
That's
I have.
Can you explain that dichotomy there? You're willing to defend him, but
Okay.
you don't want to deal with him?
Why
Yes,
are
I
you
can
guys
actually
constantly
defend that
talking
because
over- Jesus
because
Christ.
you won't shut up, you fucking moron. All right, why will I defend him? Because I don't like seeing really anyone get bullied. Like if this becomes a legal issue, then and you are arguing what he is legally doing is wrong, then let the law deal with it. I don't.
Well,
agree
apparently
with
they
the
were
fact that-
dealing with it, weren't they?
obviously not well enough because he's still here. But I'm saying,
Well,
like,
charges are being.
it's at the point where his family's getting called.
I
And
don't
I'm not saying
condone
your
that at
fault.
all.
I'm not saying you did that. That's what he's saying. Okay, and so we're going by you're taking him by his word. So if his family's getting called because of this stuff and his family's getting harassed, I guarantee you it's some fucking moron who's using one of those free text to whatever apps and using a free VPN doing this, thinking that they can fucking get away with it. Hold up, I gotta fucking.
Okay, look, and I don't know why you don't like me. I have no issues with you.
All right, I gotta give me your email. I'll interact you. Yeah, all right.
So it's that.
What?
It's the same name. I should only say that.
Yeah, that one.
Nick is in Chinatown.
But I have no issues with you, Nikki. I never had no beef with you. You don't like me, that's fine. By the way, SmackDown is coming on shortly.
Nobody cares about SmackDown.
Okay, go watch SmackDown. All right, so back to my thing, because I think a lot of this is you're above him. I don't believe we're all equal. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, like we're all going to die rich, poor, et cetera, et cetera. But on this world, not everyone's equal. Not everyone has the same mental capacities everyone does, or physical capacities, or anything. And for him, it's just kind of it's going to get out of hand if it keeps up. It's going to get out of hand. It's going to get to the point like what happens one day if he loses his shit and the cops put a bullet in him. Because that can happen. That's happened with plenty of people who are autistic, or even if he's not, that's happened in general. And then is this person who is doing this and fucking with him going to say, ha ha ha, good. You know, I'm glad this happened because it will be traced back to you, you fucking moron. You know, whoever is doing this. Like
Alan
you think you're
Quills
doing
was
this.
had the gall to say that I was doing these things. Check my fucking ISP, check my fucking mobile provider, and you'll see that I certainly wasn't making any calls overseas. Well, not overseas, but you know,
overseas,
to
yeah,
America.
overboard. But I know
because,
that.
don't even
Now,
have
I
that
think
sort of plan.
Well, I think everyone knows that. You know, I think we all know that. Dave would not do that. Dave's not going to waste the time on that. Dave will come on
But
here
it's
and
also the
extreme about it, but, you
morality. That's the thing, though. Dave, it's just so funny how people overlook this stuff. But Dave has been talking about esoteric topics for a long time and stuff. And I understand how karma actually works, not karma. And, you know, that would definitely be something that would inflict massive negative energy upon yourself. And I would never do that. But the thing is, more importantly, is that why would I need to do that? It's beyond my capacity. But no, let's associate Dave Rose because now he has the mystique of the evil person. All right, you get a new call. Let's hear what you got to say.
Bullfrog, you goddamn piece of shit.
Jesus Christ. What do you want now?
You fucking goddamn accused me last night of calling the cops on you. You think I didn't see that conversation between you and Randy Viper? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, dude, you got a bad past record. You got mad at me in the chat room for blocking you. So what better way to get back at Bullfrog? But it's like I'm just gonna call his local police department for him blocking me in his chat room.
You think I would fucking do that? You fucking piece of shit. Shut the fuck up.
Derek, didn't you dox him though? Okay, calm down.
A long time ago, but I fucking learned my lesson. I learned my lesson.
I learned my lesson. Bro.
Okay, so I don't think anyone's ever going to fucking know who did this until something serious happens, and that's not the point. The point of the matter is I will just be like, it needs to stop, and I can't argue my point with, well, a bunch of people on the call now, so there's really no point in trying to argue it anymore.
Yeah, I fucked up a long time ago, but at least I fucking admitted the truth and fucking came forward and apologized, and Bullfrog accepted it. That's that. I moved on. I've been better from it. Fuck him. Fucking piece of shit.
Bro, fucking chin. All that money you waste on fucking Joe Cronin, why don't you grow a fucking chin?
Why don't you be more careful on the internet?
Bitch, fuck you.
Bullfrog, are you autistic?
Yes.
No.
Like what kind of autistic? Like what do you have exactly? Where on the spectrum are you?
He's agreeing with
I have a learning disability.
That's not autistic.
And I have trouble reading sometimes.
That's not autistic.
Yeah, but where can you, like, I don't know. I at this point, like, I don't want to talk to his fucking family or any of that shit, but I wish I could, so I could be like, yo, dude, what's wrong with your brother?
This is why I fucking said that. No, but I was the fucking bad guy. I just wanted to simply, that's the thing though. I didn't even know if I could talk about him, Bullfrog in a negative way. It's just like, hey, brother of Bullfrog, can you let me know maybe of his past, maybe any previous trauma, but why is it that he is currently the way he is? I'm just curious. That's all I wanted to do initially. Because, that would give us some information. But he refuses to give it up.
Dave, can I put you on the spot here?
You always do, but go ahead.
I've been told by several people in the community that you're some YouTube officer, and you've been emailing people in the community telling them to keep me off their channels.
Hold on. Let's be honest. Let's walk this through. What exactly is a YouTube officer? What can you reference me to look at to even understand what this term is? Because I'll be honest, this is the first I've ever heard of what when you say YouTube officer, I thought like a fucking, Soviet fucking, information officer, like somebody who's like trying to control, Pravda. But,
well, I've been contacted by somebody in the community telling me that you're some YouTube police guy.
But what does that mean, though? Is it like my job? So basically, what you're saying, or at least what they told you, is that I'm some sort of YouTube police officer.
You're like a cop for Walmart. You're like a Reddit cop.
Okay, but that YouTube pays me for this stuff.
Well, that's just what I've been told. That
no. That's fine. Look, I'm not even arguing with you. I just want to know what they said, so I understand what you're saying. So you're basically saying what they said is I'm a rent-a-cop for YouTube. So I guess YouTube is paying me. So YouTube is basically so I'm working for YouTube. I've got a job for YouTube. I'm a rent-a-cop, and I'm basically in task.
That's just what I've been told.
That's fine, but I'm just trying to walk this through. I'm trying to personally understand it, not from what you're saying. I'm just personally trying to walk this through, see if I can understand this, and bring in the audience as well to see if they can walk it through with me. But so I'm paid by YouTube as like a mall cop to just go to random channels to shit on people and get them canceled, or what?
Yeah, because apparently they said you sent them emails, and they have proof that you sent them emails saying
I'd love if I could see that
off
evidence.
The channels.
Well, I'd love to see that evidence. I'm more than willing to give up my information in regards to what emails I've sent. But that's the thing, though. Think about this, Bullfrog. Think about this. You know how ludicrous that whole shit sounds? Like, all you just said.
Yeah, I
everything
know.
you said is so fucking crazy. It's just like, would Dave Rose even spend that amount of time? He's a fucking grumpy old man that doesn't want to fucking stay up late. So
the only reason that makes some sort of sense to me because you keep constantly talking about the law and this and then the law and that. So put two and two together.
But hold on, explain that to me about talking about the law, because if I know about the law, of course, when somebody says something that's wrong, I'm going to correct it. So why is that suspicious? Why is it, I don't know, curious that you're like, that you would think that I'm trying to lie when I talk about the law? Like, seriously, go ahead, answer.
Well, like I said, you keep constantly talking about the law and you know this and that, and like I said,
what I want to understand is, okay, so if I
together,
keep, no, but hold on, but if I keep talking about the law, like, does that immediately make it sound like I don't know about the law? That's what I'm trying to understand. It's like
nobody's saying that you do know the law, and nobody's denying that. But I'm just being told what I'm being told.
Okay. But don't you find it suspicious, though? Because, I mean, you've got your own mind, and you've been able to see through bullshit in the past. I mean, not filing a false police charge on me, which I would suggest you sort of cancel. But, you've seen the truth in the past, and you've called out the bullshit when people even tried to play you.
I'll cancel it if you leave me alone.
But that's the thing, though. What do you mean leave you alone? I'm doing my own show. You call in. Okay, so I'm not calling you.
Well,
I'm not
calling
fucking
in
harassing
the
you.
show,
But I can
the
talk
show
about whatever I
that-
want. I could talk about Biden shitting his pants. I can talk about Hillary Clinton eating fucking human beings. I can talk about whatever I want. They're public figures. You can talk about me like, look at his fucking lazy eye. Look at that fucking idiot Canadian. And it's fine. But when you say that I'm responsible for all this stuff, and yet I let you on my show, again, I broke this down the other day. You filed a police report on false statements. Now, if they end up pursuing this, you are going to end up getting charged. Why? Because you made a false police report. I'm not harassing you. You've harassed me and many other people, but yet I still treat you kindly. I still fucking allow you to call in, and I'm willing to fucking call out your bullshit because, again, I treat you with the respect that I would expect myself, where if somebody says, I am this way, well, I'll treat you that way. Now, all these people say, oh, well, okay. You know what? Let me shut myself up before I continue and say this, Bullfrog. You told me that you're a normal 42-year-old man, you can do whatever you want. What do you think about all these other people out there that are saying, no, treat Bullfrog like he's a retard. You gotta fucking treat him with all this, like, fucking kindness and stuff. But, Bullfrog, you told me to treat you like a normal person. So who's right here? Me? Doing what you told me to do? Or all these people who think you're fucking so incompetent and so worthless that they need to treat you like fucking somebody who's less than them?
You know what, Dave? I want to set your ass on fire because I want to show you some on camera.
No, but seriously though, okay, yeah, but like, okay, but
you know what, Dave?
Please answer that question. That was a great question to ask you. I treat you with respect. These other people treat you like fucking a pet. These people treat you like you're not fucking capable.
Look, you fucking dumbass.
I'm listening and watching.
Look, I got what you need. Look at that.
I don't know what that is. Is that a fucking Hollywood script?
That's the document.
It's too blurry, dude.
That's the document you want.
I don't know what that is. Your adoption papers?
Bullfrog, you're going to have to take a picture of it and send it to him.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, but what is that? A police report on me?
Look at that. No, that's the retardation papers that you.
He's showing you the papers that he's fucking retarded.
Oh, okay.
Look
Well, take that off the fucking screen. Take that off the screen. Take it off the screen. Take it off the screen.
Yeah, take it off
the
screen.
Don't show it. Don't show it. We'll talk privately. If you manned up. If you're willing to fucking show this shit to me privately, because I told you. You said, oh, you're gonna show it publicly. No. I just want a private conversation. I want to look over these things. And if in fact that's true, well, guess what? You'll get the best lottery of your life, Bullfrog. Dave Rose will never even utter the name Bullfrog ever again, regardless of what you do afterwards. So you could actually go to Samsung America's headquarters, blow it up, and I'd be like, I'm not gonna talk about it.
Sing it, Dave.
All right, well, that's the thing. If you
send them the documents.
You manned up. That's the thing, though. Dave Rose stands by his word. So when Bullfrog and I talk privately later about this, and I see these documents and I see the information, well, guess what? Bullfrog now, he lives his beautiful retirement in the community. Dave Rose will adhere to his word and shall never speak his name again. And you have my word on that.
And then once you see the proof, maybe I will cancel the police report, and then we can go on our separate way.
Well, the thing is, though, it's better to cancel the police report regardless because what you stated was false, and I can prove it. I can prove it.
They told me I had 30 days to cancel it.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that, okay, so if you don't cancel it and you try to pursue these things, all I got to do, and Ken has to do, and Drew has to do, and D-Rail has to, and D. Welsh has to do, and all these other people have to do, is provide the screenshots or the fucking audio clips necessary to prove that you fucking are lying. So you're going to get in more trouble. Like, even if I was to do nothing, you're still getting in more trouble because once they get the proof provided, it's going to prove that you were basically manipulating the situation. So better for you legally to just cancel that straight out. Not just because obviously that was against me and it was false, but because legally for your benefit, it's just better that way because it's going to come back onto you. Now, the thing is, though, separate from that, you now just fucking stepped up. You stepped up. You just showed me all those papers, which I told you to get off the air, about what you said you were going to prove. Therefore, you did exactly what I asked. So I have to respect that. And I also have to respect what I said, which is that's not going to be on my fucking video. That's not going to be shown. And I want to just see it. If it's proven correct, well, you know what? You got the lottery, Bullfrog. Dave Rose will never speak about you again. You can go fucking be froggy with whoever the fuck you want. You know, forget about the 2 rules from the previous. Okay? That's a fucking good lottery win for you, Bullfrog. You can do sexual harassment if you want. If these papers prove you being what you said you were, well, have fun fucking getting froggy with people, man. Again, Dave Rose will never speak a word of you again. You have my word. And let it be on this record, on this video, that will be the case. I am accountable for myself and for my word. So, since Bullfrog seems to have stepped up and is willing to, do this sort of thing, well, looks like Dave Rose will be silenced in ever speaking Bullfrog's name ever again. Quite the lottery for win for you, hey, Bullfrog? Like that one?
Yeah, I mean
that is truly a lottery win. Dave Rose never speaks about you again. I mean, I've been, people leave YouTube because of me, but hey, if Dave Rose isn't willing to speak to you, regardless of what you do, that's carte blanche, or what the French say, white card, or blank card. But yeah, so I appreciate that, and I gotta get ready. I mean, it's only 8:15. I mean, we can still hang out. I got 9:00 supposedly. If Ken is on call properly for Friday Night Fire. We're gonna see who's gonna end up being the champion. I am the underdog, the heel, which is strange because normally the heel should be considered the potential winner. But hey, tonight on Friday Night Fire is going to be fucking awesome.
Now, what about, can we go, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but can we go back to the sort of proof of this Minnesota Vikings scandal? Can we get Minnesota Vikings on a call if he's watching?
Let me check if I have him. Let me check if I have him blocked. Because
he's always lurking around.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I'm very I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest. I wouldn't doubt that he would do that to you. I wouldn't doubt it. He's that type of guy. I'm sorry. You know, well, no, I'm not sorry, Minnesota Vikings fan. You are a fucking scumbag. You are somewhat comical, but dude, you're fucking trash. And I can't discount it. I can't discount it. I can't discount that fucking that he would fucking call the cops on Bullfrog. I just like I can see it
Well,
happening.
I have his Skype if you want me to add him.
Well, if you want to add him, I mean, go ahead. I mean, if you want to
All
confront
right,
him,
hang
but I
on.
mean, like, I don't know, man. He's
Hang on.
done scummy shit in the past, and people say, "Oh, Dave Rose done scummy shit." Okay, if you want to call that with your limited perspective, that's fine. But I haven't done anything close to the shit that fucking uh, this guy is fucking admitted to. Striking channels, fucking harassing people, getting fake subscribers and shit to try to get their channel flagged.
Okay, I'm adding one of his accounts to the call. It says unavailable, of course. Let me try this other account.
Oh, we have Shannon, the lovely Mrs. Falmouth Ken, in the chat. Defending the indefensible, as always. But, well, typical female. You know, what can you do? Other than keep them in the kitchen, barefoot and pregnant. But perhaps my ideas are a little antiquated. Are you gonna add somebody in, or are you just gonna fucking give us the dead air that you normally give with your fucking shows? Dude? Like, come on.
No, I mean, I can't find his other
All right,
backup.
all right, all right.
That's what I was trying to do. But
Well,
that's,
Skype lines are open for anyone who's to call in. 72 viewers right now. Shout out to all you.
but
That's
that's
quite the number.
that's the proof that Joe Cronin sent me saying it was Minnesota Vikings, and hopefully Joe Cronin.
Yeah,
will-
he's questionable in his actions, and he hasn't been just questionable in your interaction, but with many other channels, and he's publicly admitted, like I said, he's publicly admitted to flagging channels and trying to strike them. That's scumbaggery of a fucking next level. You know, you
Yeah.
can fucking, I don't know, shit on somebody or whatever. But like, striking a channel is just the lowest of the low, because it's like you're admitting that you can't stand what they're saying, and you gotta cut out their tongue. And a normal person would be like, no, you say what you want, because I'll just do a fucking review and fucking destroy you.
It's like how you destroyed YR.
I've destroyed many people. I've destroyed you. I've destroyed Joe Cronin and many others. The line of dead is quite long. Well, the fact that you're willing to show me this information in the future, because we're not going to do it tonight, indicates that you obviously are willing to move forward in this, and it looks like we shall never hear of Bullfrog again, because once I look into this information and verify it medically and stuff, it looks like Bullfrog will
Well,
be
it
able
would
to.
be better if you had like a fax machine to where I could fax this over to you.
I would have to set that up, unfortunately. It's been a while since I set up a fax machine, but I do have a printer that does have the fax option. So we could do that. But regardless, the thing is, though, you could technically show me just, some pages.
Yeah, I'm gonna
with
be
your
taking
camera.
a lot of pictures, so it's gonna take.
No, actually,
quite some
we
time.
don't even have to do that. We don't have to go that far. All I need to do is have you on a fucking, like a Skype call with your camera on. You show me the pages. I get to read them proper. And I don't have to go, like, that was a thick fucking document there. So I don't have to go through your entire medical history. It'll say usually at the beginning, okay, these are the main issues. And then each sort of segment or chapter will go into what aspects affect you. So, once I see that main page and it says, okay, well, this is this and this is that, it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm never talking about Bullfrog again. So it looks like you're going to be winning the lottery here, if this is in fact what you claim it to be, and it sure looks like that. I mean, usually, medical documentation is exactly that thick.
So are you staying off the call with me when you end the show so I can just show you on camera?
If you want. I mean,
okay.
Again, what is it? 40 minutes until, or 38 minutes until Friday Night Fire, which we'll see what goes on, because I'm quite drunk tonight. I'm quite stoned, and I'm rocking. But I'm more than willing to go over this. But that's the thing, though. Once I see just the simple evidence, I don't have to go through every single page. Once I see the simple evidence, it's like, okay, Bullfrog, you got it. Never talk about you again, and you can hold me to that word. So, and that's the funny thing, though, is that
can I get this in writing?
Go ahead. Well, if you want, but that's the thing, though, is that you need to understand as well that you've made verbal contracts that are legally binding. You've broken them, but I've made verbal contracts and never broken them. So, if you want it in paper, I could, but I'm the type of person that you can take my word for it and know that I will adhere to it.
Now, can we go back to these?
Actually, in fact, I'll tell you what. In fact, you could, for example, if I was to say, on this channel, I agree to this. This is our verbal agreement. You can then take that clip to the cops and say, okay, this is now a legally binding agreement. So he broke it, and therefore he is now liable for legal charges, which would be correct. As such, that I think is probably just the easier and quicker way of doing it, because then you can just quickly point to say, okay, he made this claim at this point, this timestamp of the video, he broke it, and now he is liable according to his own words. So I think that's just easier for you, because that actually is easier for the cops too, rather than actually having to, go through all the fucking processing of paperwork and shit. They get a verbal fucking statement.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mars Mirror in the chat. Hope you're doing well tonight,
so
brother.
What, you want me to agree to something else?
What's that?
You want me to agree to something else? Is that what you're trying to say here?
No. That's the thing, though. I told you there was two options. There was either, those two options that I agreed earlier, or it's just show the papers. Well, if you show the papers and it shows that fucking, there's a certain situation, then I will do what I said. I won't fucking talk about you again, regardless of what you fucking do. No matter how fucking frog you get, how much fucking sexual harassment you do, all that other stuff, I will adhere to my agreement. People can take any action against you, but the fact is, if you show me the papers that you claim to, that I asked for, and that you're going to be showing me, because clearly you're prepared, then I will adhere to what I agreed to. I'm a man of my word. I won't talk about you ever again.
Now, can we go back on these rumors and allegations made towards you that you're a rent-a-cop for YouTube?
Sure. That's news to me, and just the logic to me perplexes me. But I would love if you could explain more, because first of all, it's the first I've ever heard.
I'll tell you off air who told me this information.
No, that's fine. But do you want to? But you said you wanted to at least discuss it. So what is it exactly you wanted to discuss?
Well, I'm just saying, I just put two and two together because you know the law so well, and to be a rent-a-cop, you got to know the law.
No, actually, that's the funny thing, though. You say is that the rent-a-cops are the last people to actually know the law. It's really that simple. Security people are not the brightest. Now, some of them, yes, are trying to utilize that to get into policing. So they, they do their own research and stuff. But for the most part, no, these people don't know the law. But I just find it funny because it's like, where's this coming from? That again, like, have you ever heard about that before, Bullfrog? Somebody being
No,
a YouTube police officer or like whatever it is
oh,
that you
I
called?
mean, there's Nightbot, who's a fucking
No,
cuck
no, hold
bag,
on.
but
Nightbot. Okay, Nightbot it's just a program, dude. It's like,
yeah,
okay, so you program it from inside YouTube. You program it to say, okay, if somebody says the N word, if somebody says this or that, it just immediately captured, blocked, and Nightbot does the following: it blocks them, times
but
them
I
out,
mean, yeah,
so forth and so on.
I'm just as shocked as you are of me hearing about these rumors against you. I'm just appalled like you
Well,
are.
you asked me to address them, so I find it quite
Yeah,
curious because it's just, to me, it's just odd.
it, they just said that
But but that's the thing though. Have you ever heard of that sort of position, a YouTube cop?
not that I'm aware of.
So
I
when
mean,
these people sent you
I've
this
only,
message, did you at least question them or say,
no,
what
no,
the
no,
fuck
it
is
wasn't
that?
sent. No, it wasn't sent a message. I was on a private group call when they told me this.
Ah, okay.
I
Interesting.
was on a private group call when these two people
Now I'm
told me
very
this.
intrigued as to who you spoke to. Yes. The Emperor is very intrigued. But yeah, like I said, you can hold me accountable to what I said, Bullfrog. I said that if you show the papers, and this is so unfortunate because this comes up at the same time where now mandatory vaccination passports are being imposed. So yes, I really look like the Nazi that everyone wants to fucking label me as. But yeah, I promised you, Bullfrog. You show me the papers, and I will never talk about you again.
Well, we're wasting time here, so let's get this underway.
But that's the thing, though. I trust you because that's how great I am as well. Is that you already showed me a stack of papers, and I could identify a lot of stuff, which is why I told you to get it off the. I wasn't even streaming that, but I just said just get it off the fucking video stream. So because that's the thing, though, I can recognize there's something there. There's something there that obviously you made the effort. Okay, and that I got to speak. I think that speaks highly of you, that you made the effort to actually get that information. So since you did that as a sign of respect, well then I can only respect you in kind and let you, share that information with me, and then I'll never speak about you again. So okay, but that's the thing though. We're still early. It's 8:30 at night. I don't know if anyone else wants to call in. I have been warming up my chops, as they say, for tonight's show. After all, tonight we decide who is the Foulmouth Network worldwide champion. And yes, I am the underdog. I am the heel. Not usually normal when it comes to these sorts of things in the wrestling world, but hey, whatever happens, happens. I'm looking forward to
And
it.
hey, I got a little swerve for you. If you find any evidence that proves I'm a retard in these papers, I want to root for you all the way.
If I find what?
Any verification in these papers that shows I'm a retard, I want to root for you to get the belt.
Well, I guess that means that you're going to be cheering for me because you said that you were.
No, I want to say, fuck you, Ken. I'm pulling for the Emperor. That's what I'm trying to say.
No. Well, Ken, you know what? To be honest, gonna break the kayfabe here, but Ken does deserve it. He is the people's champ. He is the first people's champ. And this is just regular Dave talking now, but yeah, Ken does deserve it. He is the first people's champ. He did win the JCS championship first. He won it multiple times. He's just the people's champion. His heart is way too big, and
you want to see my new stack of pop that I bought?
Sure, why not?
I bought a pack of Gatorade. I don't know if you can see that.
I do.
And then I bought some water. Then I bought some more cases of Baja Blast.
Yeah, you look like you're stocking for the Armageddon, but just with pop. And, you know, my aversion to that sort of lifestyle.
You see this case of Gatorade here? I got this at Sam's Club for $12.
Sam's Club and many others need to be held accountable for their part in spreading obesity in America. That's just the simple fact. Yes, it's a good deal, but come on. We know what they're doing.
But yeah, I've been me and my brother. We've been he's a member at Sam's Club, and we've been shopping there the last 3 months. I love Sam's Club now because I go there like to get like they sell everything in like big bolts of stacks of stuff. Like they sell everything in packs. Like you see there, like a 36 pack of like they sell everything in like 36 packs.
Yes, for the Walmart American.
Hey.
Let's welcome Tony from Revere.
Oh God.
Bully boy.
No
Hey,
sound effects in
what's
my
up,
show.
Dave? No, I know. I'm not doing sound effects. I just had a few questions for you, buddy, because obviously we streamed together over in the purple place there, Sean's view. So what is your plan? What do you want to do? Are you gonna go over there and stream like nothing happened? Are you because there's a good chance that you're going to get doxxed again. It's going to happen. Do we want to keep doing this?
If Sean continues to handle his chat as it currently is, of course it's going to. Of course it is.
I did send Sean a couple messages earlier and told him pretty much like, dude, it's coming down to the point now where I'm telling you need to put sub mode on, or else I'm probably not gonna stream with you, because at this point now it's you need to do something to show that you're at least trying to change or do something productive to do your part at least. Because if, like you said, it keeps going like the wild wild west, that's only more fuckheads that see his address that don't give a shit about him really and could care less and don't even know who a Bullfrog is, and they just do what they do. It's a whole different group that are looking at his address now, and every time it pops up and it just sits there, we get rid of it or whatever it is, it's still eyes that are seeing it, and it still happens. So my suggestion to him is going to be either one or two things. Anytime there's an address that comes up in the chat, you disable the chat immediately, and you either shut the stream down and restart it, or you just disable the chat. 2, sub-only mode. Those are my two things.
When is Sean gonna do that?
I'm not sure. He didn't stream all day today, so obviously he's understanding.
Isn't it a little hypocritical for you to tell that to other people, and you being featured as a co-host on Sean's View to not have that same weight to pull when it comes to doing that?
What do you mean pull the same weight?
The fact is that you're trying to tell other people to do that, and yet you are considered a star on Sean's Views, and as a co-host, your voice, your word, should be considered paramount for the benefit of the show. So he's not doing that there, but you're willing to dictate to others that it should be done on theirs?
Well, he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it yet. I just had this conversation with him, and I haven't
Bigotry
heard
of
back
lower
from him.
expectations. Why is it so appropriate to just say, oh well, he hasn't done it yet, but he's been told for how many weeks now? 3 at least.
Well,
And
now
he's
that
seen what occurred.
well now it's there's no exceptions. There's no. It's
So what's going to
disappointing.
happen then?
And
I mean, I think YR talked about this today. It's like, what, are you going to quit because he won't do this, or are you going to keep dealing with this fucking bullshit?
well, I don't feel comfortable streaming on a platform that's just openly having doxing going on, and there's nothing being done about it. It's just that's what it is.
So what's the hesitancy on Sean's side that's preventing him from recognizing from
Well, I
all these
don't
different
feel
people
comfortable
telling
either.
him this?
Well, I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
feel comfortable either.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he gets the hint and he'll
Look at
try
that.
it
There
and
you
he'll
go.
do it. Because
Look at that. There you go.
even if I had the Bullfrog on just for his safety and just for him, I'd say, you know what, the Bullfrog, all right, we'll throw it on. We'll put on sub mode. We'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. If there's
but
any sort of
you've
address
heard him,
that comes up, we'll disable the chat.
You've heard him admit it on air. I'm not bashing on Sean, but he is my friend. But you gotta look for my concern is safety, and the only thing he's doing, he's deleting the addresses. That's the only thing he's been doing is deleting it. But
Yeah,
Sean,
not enough.
I'm begging you got to turn on sub mode, dude. If you want me and Tony to come back, you got to turn on sub mode.
It's sub mode, and when there's any address that's leaked, the chat's disabled because addresses still linger in there, even if they're deleted. They could still linger.
I mean, me and Tony,
chat
we
needs
want
to
to
be
rock and roll with you, Sean. We want to rock and roll with you, but you're
But
putting our
you know what?
safety
I'm going to have to
security
cut
at
this
risk.
short here. I'm going to have to cut this short because the thing is, though, is that who's been talking about this for weeks? Me, Seaman, rest in peace, and Ken, and we've been raising it. So, hold on. So, we're going to continue to live this fantasy that, oh, well, let's just keep telling Sean. Yeah, we told Sean many times.
Yeah,
But he chooses to continue
it's
to
going
do
to take
this.
something else, Dave.
This
it's
is
going
this
to take.
is this is a willingful accessory to a crime. You
It's
cannot
yeah.
fucking justify this.
And it's going to take possibly his co-hosts, or if that's what you want to call us. I hate that term, but if that's
Still
what you want to
hasn't
call
worked,
us,
dude.
leaving and not streaming with him because of the doxing going
No,
on.
man,
It
his
needs to
co-hosts
happen.
are a fuck. Dude, you've noticed this. You've noticed this. That it's a fucking revolving door when it comes to the fucking co-hosts. So he's willing to just do a mass firing of all his fucking co-hosts and be like, "You're all fired," blah blah blah, and just like move on and stuff, but continue to deal with the same bullshit. Like, it's so evident.
I think it's a little different if I'm leading the charge now. If
Well,
I'm the one that's
you're
trying to push
much
forward.
more tenacious when it comes to trying to hold on to your number one spot there to be featured.
Yeah, whatever
But,
you want to call
the
it.
fact is, though, that these other people are still trying to, I guess, stay connected.
That's fine. They can do whatever they want. Listen, if somebody wants to take my spot, good, have fun. Let me see you try. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I come out with the facts and put whatever the news, whatever we do, the bits and skits, all that shit. But I'm not comfortable with the Wild Wild West chat. And what happens if he gets doxxed? His chat, his address.
He's like
He'll bitch
used to
about
it
it.
now. So
I'm just saying,
you know.
like, well, is that what it's going to take? And then he'll be like, all right, sub mode and chat disabled. Is that what it's going to, and he's going to be like, you guys suck, we're disabling the chat. Like, I'd rather not wait for that. It's gone too far already. Let's do something about it. And at least people will get off his back to say, look, he's still not doing anything. Because if this is what happens and he shows me that he does nothing, I can't really stand for that at this point. I think that's not right. That's morally not right. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's gotten to this point, and now there needs to be something to be done about it. You know what I mean? And then I said, listen, there's a couple options. Don't have him on for a little bit and give him some time to cool off. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, or just handle the fucking chat. It's quite simple. It's like, I don't know. I don't know why it's like people. It's the same thing with Garguts. It's like, dude, ship the belt. You know, it's just
fucking yeah.
It's just chilling in the box. I don't know. When I get a day to do it.
He probably doesn't have the money to ship the belt.
No, it's not about the money, dude. Joe said he'll send the label and he'll pay for the label. And Garguts goes, no, dude, no, it's all right. I don't want you to pay for it. I'll take care of it. But my account's locked and I'm in debt. And then Joe's like, all right, dude, I'll send you the thing. Garguts goes, no, I don't. I'll take care of it. I don't want you to go out of your way and spend the money. It's just something's going on, man. I don't know if they're working us for tonight. If Jake's gonna miraculously have the belt and appear with the belt.
Well, here's what they do. Okay,
maybe that happened.
Wait. I got a solution for this. Garguts is in Texas, right? Supposedly. Why not? There's plenty of people down there in Texas that could pay him a visit. Say, we can ship this back to Joe Cronin or Jake DeMarco, the rightful belt owner, and
hey, Bullfrog. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Fuck you, Leahy. All right, so let's get rid of that shit. That I know that you. No, you're not kind of. No, you're not calling. That's it. That's done with that fucking call. If anyone else wants to call in, fine. But Tony and Bullfrog, no. Yes, your drama emperor, because we talk in third person, are done with you for tonight. That's been sufficient. And yes, the audience has been tortured sufficiently as well. But this is how you build your immunity, people. This is how you build your immunity. Sorry, but I do have to be one of those plague doctors back from the Middle Ages, that funky mask. And hold on a second here. Oh, okay, so I got a call from somebody else, so it wasn't actually Tony. The reason why I thought it was Tony is because YR fucking actually had a fucking image that looked like Tony. Dude, send me that image so I can fucking post it, because it's too funny. That's why I immediately denied it, because I thought it was actually Tony. That's how fucking accurate YR is with this fucking cosplay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I put this image up on the screen. You have the floor.
Well, quickly, I wish Tony was still on the call, but I just want to give him a round of applause and big up. If he really sticks with his guns and doesn't, because that's what I told him this morning. I'm like, bro, you got to give Sean an ultimatum. You don't show up until he take care of the chat shit. And then I think, that's sounded like what he was saying here. So and people got to, give Tony a little bit of praise for that, I think. But other than that, I'm looking forward to Friday Night Fire. And you are the underdog, what I'm saying, for the belt. But, hey, you never know what's going to happen at the end of the day.
That's the thing, though. Ken has actually put in some very funky rules into this whole thing, and I was not even aware of them. So, clearly, this is the wiles of a woman, which clearly indicates that Shannon is involved in this. But very smart, because this whole jar thing could throw everything for a fucking loop. And yeah, it's going to be a wild night tonight. And yeah, I did start drinking a little too early, but hey, let's get fucked tonight. And speaking of fucked, let's take a look at why Dave Rose actually thought that it was Tony calling in, because this is the fucking image that popped up, and I was like, fuck you, Tony. But it wasn't Tony. It was fucking YR. So I got to fucking give you props for that, man, because no pun intended. But
yeah, $1,000 glasses, my ass, bros. Those look just like the ones he has on.
Dude, man, of course he wears of course he's got the fucking $10 Wish glasses. He wants to fucking pretend that it's like, oh, well, dude, it's like $1,000 and like, whoa, but dude, he hates on Garguts. Why? Because Garguts is the same fucking cheap ass as he is. It's just like, come on, man. Come on. You ain't black, Jack. Well, look,
Well,
this
before
is why
I,
Dave Rose, and the screenshot is up right now. But yeah, I actually thought that was Tony. So obviously, I should have paid more attention. But you can't blame me because that pops up on your fucking Skype calling in. You don't even look at the name. It's like, fuck
I
you,
might have to switch
Tony.
it out. Yeah, I might have to switch it up because that did. I just
Hey, you played me. It was fucking good, man. Like I was convinced it was fucking Tony. I didn't even fucking need to look at the name. It's just like, fucking Tony again.
Well, that's the thing, though. You mentioned Shannon making the jar thing. Just don't do 45 hours on it, all right? Let's just.
No, well, what do you mean 45 hours, man? I haven't done any 45 hours. Plus tonight is fucking again the champions, 2 men. Nobody with a fucking squish mitten is allowed to represent the title, and yeah, basically it's 2 men representing the champions that will go against that title. So, but no, what do I need to go against Shannon for? Come on, why are you trying to start the shit?
No, but I'm glad everyone's on the same page with the Bullfrog situation. They fucked up. Whoever did this, they just brought everyone together. They just brought even Tony. I mean, he's being kind of semi-accepted, and he's making good points on your show tonight. I mean, that was probably one of the smartest things, and one of the most wisest things he said in a long time, Mr. Tony. He's always invited on the Wire program if he doesn't want to be on Shops anymore. Okay. But with that being said, it's a big night tonight. We got Friday Night Fire, we got AEW, but I think Friday Night Fire is going to be better.
Yeah, you know what? It does pain me. It does pain me, to be quite honest, to miss Rampage every Friday night because I have a previous commitment. But the contracts have been signed virtually, and my word has been given audibly. And I am here to do Friday Night Fire. So I'm just going to have to catch Rampage on the replay.
And with that being said, Jake Barrz for life, baby. Thank you, guys.
You want to fucking stand on that side, huh? Okay. Okay.
No, I'm saying, look.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Did I say anything wrong? Did I do anything wrong? He was the one who's in the fucking wrong, dude.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just being,
I know you're gonna fucking shit on your boy, but I'm right. That's why you're so hesitant to fucking admit it.
I have zero opinion about the Bullfrog situation. I mean,
no, what about fucking Jake Barrz's statements and my disassembly of those said statements?
I can't hear your break.
Of course you're gonna try to use that excuse. Of course you're gonna try. This isn't fucking Spaceballs here, okay? You can't fucking use that on us. Let's continue. We've got 11 minutes before what's it called? Friday Night Fire. I'm just looking at the chat here. Ken, you just give me the word when you want to connect with me, and I'll fucking end the show. But I'll push it to the limit. Limit. Okay, let's keep it listening. And I guess I'm going to have to do part 2. So, verbal reference. Note to self. Morning mixture. And again, cops. Visit Bullfrog and Community Concerns Live at 1 hour, 11 minutes, 39 seconds. If I need to continue, well, I guess I'm going to have to continue. What does the Bullfrog want to say?
Yeah, do you want me to... Are you off air?
We can talk about it tomorrow, dude. You already showed me that you got a stack of papers. Clearly you got something to show me. So that, again, I'm a trustworthy individual. So I see you provided something. Okay, cool. Let's fucking take our time. I got shit to do tonight. I got the show to do. Tomorrow I got other shit. So, you know what? You made the effort to at least show me that you got something to show me. So that means that there's no rush. You're not going to get any videos on you. So don't worry about that. We'll talk. We'll talk in the next few days. I'll message you. We'll figure it out. We'll talk. I'll look at those pictures, the images and stuff. And then, you'll probably win the lottery. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just thought I'd call back because I thought we were going to do this off air.
No, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing. You already showed me enough to show me that you're serious. That's the thing. You're serious about this now. You want to get this settled. So you show me a stack of papers and I looked at them. Look, I want to obviously see some details, but you showed me enough to say, okay, this guy's fucking serious. So there's no rush now. I'm not going to fucking talk about this guy. This guy is actually calling Dave out. He's called Dave's bluff. So you call Dave's bluff and you win, well, Dave Rose never talks about you again. So, Bullfrog, I'll talk to you in the next couple of days and stuff. I got a lot to do over this weekend and stuff. So this is not even a priority. And I promise you, I'm not going to talk about you over the next couple of days. So don't worry about that. We'll get over this. And again, my intention was never to harm you, to cause these problems and stuff. And, you do have to recognize that you did file false police charges. And it is only appropriate that you fucking retract those because I never intended you harm. But that's the thing, though. I'm so confident in myself and what I've done and like that we can come to a conclusion that I'm willing to wait a couple of days and stuff, that we can just talk when we both have the time. We don't have to be rushing about this. We could have a nice conversation offline. Nobody has to know about it, and we just take our time about it.
And I mentioned earlier, if you can find some verification in those papers showing that I am a retard or whatever the case or evidence that you're looking for,
You said that you would retract the report on me, but that's the thing, though. Let's be honest, though, Bullfrog. Let's be honest, though. You know that those charges that you've tried to put against me are false. Okay, you know this. You know that I'm also a man of my word. So you already showed me that you're willing to discuss this. You showed me that you've got evidence to discuss. So I don't rush through things. So that's the thing. That's why I'm not even saying, let's go live. Let's talk about this, after I go off air, because I've got, Friday Night Fire very soon. No, I'm like, okay, well, Bullfrog clearly is serious. So you know what? I believe him. Let's take our time. Let's go through this. I'm not trying to fight him. And we'll go through this, on our own. So that goes to show that I'm genuine. Genuine. Again, genuine is used in Canada. For those in the
and he's also a R&B rapper.
That's true, too. But the fact is, though, is that because what I'm telling you right now shows that I'm actually being honest, that I'm willing to deal with you one-on-one, and my intention is not to harm you. That alone should prove to you that you need to fucking retract that false police statement, because it's false. Okay? I don't harass you. I don't do this shit. But you try to push this shit on me? This is it can only end up bad for you, because if it's proven that it's wrong or that you filed a false police statement, it's just going to be even worse. And that's the thing. You know this, man. You know that I haven't done this.
Well, yeah, like I said, they told me I got 30 days to cancel it.
Well, you should cancel it at the closest opportunity. Because again, what I'm telling you, can you argue?
They said I have to cancel it on a business day, so I'll do it Monday.
That's fine.
Do it Monday morning.
Okay, that's fine. So that probably means that I will probably will talk to you prior. You'll show me a few of those pages, not the entire document because there's too much information there.
Yeah.
You'll show me enough that I'll say, okay, well, no longer need to talk about Bullfrog, and then.
And
it's only appropriate.
You know how I got these papers? My brother got them.
Good. Because now you've got them accessible and you can utilize them. But hey, I'm a man of my word. When I see what I need to see in regards to this assessment, and again, you stepped up to this. You know what? Here's the funny thing, Bullfrog. People were actually shitting on me, saying, "Oh, how dare you demand this stuff from Bullfrog? How dare you expect him to provide these papers?
Before I
You just
forget,
proved them
you
all
wanna,
fucking wrong."
Yeah, and do you want to know who told me about the rent-a-cop thing? Because remember, I told you I'd tell you off air.
Well, if you want to share that on air, that's fine, but I'm willing to hear it
No,
off air.
no. Since we're off air, I don't want to tell. Prince Idol and Carlos told me that you were the rent-a-cop, and they said that you emailed them. Prince Idol and
I
Carlos
emailed
told
both
me.
of them.
Yeah,
Why?
saying that.
First of all, my first interaction with this Carlos guy was last night on, I think, Earl's show. Was it Earl's show?
I'm just telling you what they
No,
told
I
me.
appreciate you telling me this, but dude, I'm blown away. I don't even know what to fucking think, because I don't really fucking shit on Idol very much, but like,
Yeah,
if they're both telling you
said
that
that-
I'm this rent-a-cop guy, that I'm doing this, it's just like, where's this even
they
coming
said that.
from?
Yeah, Prince and Carlos are saying that you're some YouTube officer and that you emailed everybody in the community to keep Bullfrog off the channels or off the platform.
As opposed to other people.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I said platforms.
No, but this is just, first of all, it's unexpected from either of them.
Just, I'm like,
But dude, Prince Idol is constantly fucking chasing after me, fucking saying these things of adulation on other shows. Then there's this Carlos guy who I just met the other night. He's talking good about me. I'm like, okay, cool, that's great. I don't even know your name and stuff. And then this stuff comes out because I'm a cop for YouTube.
Yeah, apparently that's what I'm being told, and I keep telling Prince, I'm like, I know Dave for a long time. It's like that's just a little fishy to me.
Dude, if I was a YouTube
Dave
cop, at
a
least
long
I'd be
time.
employed. Like, it's so sick that
Yeah,
COVID is fucking preventing me from.
But all right, dude, I want to get off here. I want to go watch some SmackDown.
All right, well, enjoy your shitty show because at 10 o'clock you get a 2-hour spectacular for fucking AEW. So fuck WWE.
Well, yeah.
Enjoy your AEW.
Rampage.
But I'll be doing fucking Fun Mouse Network. I got my commitments. I'd love to be watching fucking Rampage, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do.
CM Punk's gonna make his wrestling TV debut tonight on Rampage, right?
I believe so. Well, actually, no. Didn't he do it the other day? It was a pay-per-view, wasn't it?
That was just for a pay-per-view.
Yeah. So yeah, this is his actual
this is like
TV.
Yes.
And he's going against Hobbs, I believe, right?
Yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs.
I hope he fucking kicks his ass.
Yeah, bro. I'm surprised he didn't break his back when the Hobbs slammed him to the table. I was concerned for CM Punk.
Yeah, well, we'll see what the old man. He's actually only a couple years older than me, and I guess you. But the fact is that I'm not the biggest Punk fan, but let's see some fucking hurt. So go watch your wrestling. Go watch your wrestling.
Yeah.
You can
All
find
right, so
me
call
very
me
soon.
whenever you're ready to, like, in a couple days or
Yeah,
whenever
we'll talk
ready.
about it again. No rush. Again, you already showed that you're willing to fucking play the game.
Yes.
Let's play the game. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. Again, this just goes to show how great I am. The benevolent emperor. But yeah, we'll talk about it in a few days. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
And again, no rush.
All right.
All right. You have a good
see you
night.
in a
Enjoy your
couple days.
wrestling.
All right.
Enjoy your
You
wrestling.
too. Have fun on Ken's show.
Oh, we'll see who wins tonight as the champion of the Foul Mouth Network.
All right.
And there goes Bullfrog. So, it looks like it might even happen, people. It might even happen that Bullfrog will provide the sufficient evidence that Dave Rose will never talk about him ever again. This is a milestone moment. It will never be forgotten. And it will be absolutely incredible when it occurs. So, we'll see. I mean, in fact, what I saw looks like I'm going to have to pay up. And yeah, looks like Bullfrog will never be talked about here on this channel ever again. But we just need to get that final verification. Also, this picture of Wire is really throwing me off here. So let's just change this here because, yeah, that was quite gay. But we got Friday Night Fire starting in 8 minutes. And oh, there's Jake Barrz. Jake, you want to call in? Call in and address what I spoke about you. I'm willing to do that. We do have a time limit here, as Friday Night Fire will be going live very soon, and I will be cutting all communications off to address my prior commitments. But I did speak a lot about you, Mr. Barrz. And you should feel free to call into the show if you wish to address it. Also, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Jacob RP, there. Just, you're also so ambiguous, just like your sexuality. So, understandable, but still not inexcusable. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, let's do this. Wild Stallions! Yeah, there we go. So, we got how many minutes now? We got 6 minutes left, or 6 minutes 45 minutes. 6 minutes 45 seconds left before Friday Night Fire goes. Anybody calls in, we'll take your call. But looks like I'm gonna have to fucking disconnect if nobody is willing to call in. So I'll give you 60 seconds. 120 seconds at most. And we'll see. Regardless, good show. I think it's been a good show. Showed a lot of things. Dave Rose does not adhere to the lesser. And when he hears somebody trying to cheerlead for those of limited mental capacity, despite the fact that they're allowed to roam in public, well, Dave Rose will call that out. Because, like I said, 50 years ago it wasn't allowed. But when somebody says, oh, well, 50 years ago is different from now. Yeah, and look at look at the degeneracy that we live in now. And we are to allow this descent into madness? Oh, so perhaps the old ways are the good ways. So we're going to just fucking ignore that. I don't think so. Now, since we're just about ready to rock and roll for Friday Night Fire, I welcome everyone for having joined us here tonight. I am your Drama Emperor and the patron of Dave Drama Time. DV's Dave Rose, closing up on episode 37. See you all next time.